continue to deliberate, wondering how long you might like to stay here in this elven environment or where you may venture next, as the Ithilwinge, the Mooncrest elves, are going to be reaching out in the near future to the bird folk of Kilodine as well as the beast folk of Korital, all of the Villian in Chimeris. Um, but for now, you all have the opportunity for respite and to engage in some downtime activities before you journey again. And that is where we pick back up in the evening of Lordas, the 25th of Sun's Dusk.
I totally stopped writing those kind of dates. I'm sadder for it. Lordas the 25th.
Lordas, the 25th of Sun's Dusk, equivalent to November 25th. Normally would be getting very cold in the world, though Athenian and the Ithilwinge cities are sort of magically defended from the onslaught of cold environmental discomfort within the protection of their mythals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so we kind of can pick directly back up from where you guys were discussing with Tenufail, but you are all able to bed down for the night or discuss further, pursue other goals along the course of this 7 or 8 day period of time you have in mind, before potentially journeying south. When Kinsalo had said he probably needs to get back to his city reasonably quickly, though he thought he could buy himself a week so that he could at least get to see Jiri's play.
We are currently with Tenufail then?
Yes, in this moment, you guys have just been discussing kind of world events, how you all are interested in engaging with the war conflict in the north, as well as the very recent assertion from her that Minerva has sort of dibbed use of one of the abandoned towers to become a wizard tower in the Alealor ruins that she and her friends found, and said if there is any interest amongst you all, they could look into possibly having an abode there prepared for you all as well, unless you would like to prefer to have guest suites and stuff prepared here within Nightlamp Palace for sort of long-term abode respite here in the city.
I would like to pick up this conversation a little bit more then, if that's cool with people. So would you, Mother, be willing to let us head over to the ruins this week? I'd actually be rather interested in investigating them myself, and then also talking to my friends here about premises that would be helpful for them.
Of course, I could make that available to you, and with the Selithar, as well as your sister and her friends' scouting details, we now have a better understanding of how to reach the tree mound more successfully, as well as acquiesce to the need of the beasts constructs that dwell there and protect the location.
Is it far then with this new route?
Perhaps less than a day's travel, certainly. If you would prefer to request an escort, we can certainly make Selithar attendance available to you. You will find, though, that many of the keepers of the preservers are Athenium, as well as various diplomats and other scholars and house members have interest as well, in addition to myself, who am trying to gather all the information I can of that place for further study into the understanding of our cousin kin.
Unrelated to the ruins, but of interest to this group here, we have a friend in Korital named Mirage, very charismatic fellow, and he has asked us to keep an eye or ear out for something called the Tears of Modera. I was curious if you have heard of those.
I'm going to give her a history check.
Oh, hi, Mom.
A very high roll. I believe I have heard rumor of gemstones more brilliant than the eye can comprehend, referred to as this title, Tears of Modera, though we obviously do not give much study into the common and human um, gods and goddesses as much as the Seldarin. Um, so I have no knowledge of where these tears might reside, though I have heard story of their existence.
And it's been some time since we've had a history of the Tears of Madeira, but so that does mean that they are connected to human pantheons and figures of religion amongst humankind might know about more about them.
Perhaps Modera is, in our understanding, by and large, the most primary goddess, um, the most highly regarded deity in all of most of humankind's reverence. Um, though we do not pray to her, we pray to Corellin, the Seldarin, and the rest of our pantheon. But Modera is regarded to be a humanoid based deity. And these tears are in some way attributed to her beauty or some such.
I look at Toby. Toby, do you know of Modera? You're from.
Not in any studied sense. I remember Mirage mentioned that these kind of came down in like this event. I think he called it the flooding of her tears. So I don't know if that's something we could look into. I don't know why I've got the Eladrin mixed in with my notes about this. I don't remember. Maybe we could ask Mirage about it again and see if he has any.
I believe when he was describing to you all that story, that song, it was a high elven, not Eladrin, but high elven bard who sort of established the song known as Flooding of Her Tears, which Mirage had found in old abandoned manuscripts of a song that was never famously sung, that he kind of prized as a secret possession almost. So that may have been where Eladrin came from. He may have conflated high elf with that.
Just quickly refreshing my knowledge on elves. We are in the woods with the not wood elves, but really wood elves.
They're high elves.
They're high elves?
Yeah. Moon elves are high elves.
Moon elves are effectively a mixture almost of high and wood elf stat blocks, but they're their own race.
Belladonia, capital, is that high elf society?
Very, very densely populated elven, half elven. However, they, by and large, you know this, although they have temples to Corellin and Seldarin gods, by and large, the primary deity in Belladonia and Aurorus specifically is Modera. The Senate of Modera or of Belladonia are all very devout disciples of this goddess.
I will say that for future reference, if we ever meet it.
Which also aligns in some respects with you guys' developing understanding of the high elves kind of assimilated into the northern nations and adopted a lot of humanoid cultural aspects, including maybe deprioritizing to some degree the worship of the Seldarin elvish gods, and taking into popular culture Modera and other gods as well.
Everyone, I have a question for the Erina that I'd like to ask privately. I don't know if anyone else has questions for her. We could always come back another time as the week progresses, if anyone has anything.
I'm ready for bed.
Bedtime, any messages you need me to send, I'll be happy to do so.
I mean, as always, just wish Gene a good night. Make sure he's tucked in nice. Tell him that we'll be back for him.
Tell him the sword
Perfect.
looks great too.
Oh, don't tell him that. Don't.
Oh yeah, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
He's
Oh,
being.
tell him that. Oh, Telperian's mom's gonna send us a big army to rescue him. Of elves.
Toby, you hear in your head, tell him nothing tactical at all except Jiri says hi and good night, please. Because he's probably being tortured, and if they know he can communicate with us, they will exploit him. That's what Toby said.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any other friends we can reach out to?
We talk to Mirage all the time. We talk to Gene.
It's been some time.
I
since-
forget in this moment. Did we ever reach out to Korik to give him an ETA on my return? I think I kind of got swept up in the day's events, and I'd love to just give him a heads up that, hey, all is well. We're going to be another week, but then we're going to reach out further to coordinate a journey back.
I think we were waiting for Toby to send messages today, thinking the Aranel may have messages for him to send, but it sounds as if they aren't quite ready with those. So this could be a great time.
There are numerous messages we are prepared to send, though you all may take solace and respite this night. I don't think things will be worse off if we start tomorrow.
Toby, you should see if he can pick us up here. That'd be nice. Save us like travel time.
Mm-hmm. I will reach out to him. I'll start thinking of what to say.
I wonder if that spell he has means it has to be a place he's been to before, since he's never been here. We might have to go to him to start.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could fly here and then
Well, if we
teleport
take-
us back.
If we take one of the mirrors to Tiara, then we'll be
We're
closer.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he comes here, then we can always have him teleport us back here in the future if we need to.
That's true. Casalo, do you think will he mind us using him for his teleporting abilities?
I think you all might have been I don't know the nature of your extensive relationship with Korik necessarily, but I think there's a chance you might have been fortunate in your circumstances that let him shuttle you around like that. He'll certainly be eager to help me return, as well as in good faith facilitating your all's travel, but he is rather busy, especially in what I believe he thinks are some of his final years. So I think you might not always have that availability.
He can fly.
Again?
What form can Korak change into? Is he a flyer? A bird?
He is a bird humanoid. Like he's a bird folk, so he looks like a bird human creature, but he can turn into almost. We've seen him turn into a hawk. I think.
He can replicate the mirror's functionality essentially. He can basically
Oh, I
turn it.
see.
He turns turning a tree into a door.
Oh, Rome, you should learn how to do
Ooh,
that.
Yeah, I really want to learn how to do that, so I'm really excited to meet this Korak.
Oh, yeah, you
character.
should ask him to teach you.
I would love to learn.
Put a
Do you
note
think
for
he'll
Alex
be
in the
able to
chat.
take Gonzalo?
Yeah, I think he'd be very interested to speak with you, Rome. He has lived far longer than my understanding of a typical Aarakocra, so maybe he has wisdom to bestow upon you.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Mother, I have actually, speaking of all this teleportation magic, I'm of the mind to ask Minerva if she would be able to investigate the mirrors, because when we investigated the Tiarlin estate, we found many mirrors there. And I wonder if they are either connected elsewhere or we ourselves could replicate that enchantment.
I am not eager to divulge all details that come across my ears. However, suffice to say, the mirrors found beneath Keep Mirelight, a thorough search was conducted by the Selethar, And though those mirrors seemed to be size-wise, quality of make sufficient for further transcription into transportation magics, none of them appeared to have been touched in that way at this time. It seems to have been just mirrors in storage, unused by the Enalaran embassy. In addition, transportation magics, to bind permanence into them, takes months, even a year or more to facilitate sometimes. This was likely a very specific endeavor conducted by, alas, young Meyerlight for a very long time under our noses. And it would have taken him, in theory, a year or more to even achieve what he had with those mirrors. I find no further threat within the mirrors that were otherwise acquired beneath the keep.
No threat, perhaps, but it could potentially, if able to be replicated, could be a great way to bring closer the network of the elves and the Emerald.
That ventures into territory I am not as familiar with, as the enchantments upon them, though we could discern their meaning, are deeply arcane in nature, a speciality almost none in our culture possess. Ezrin gained this knowledge through some other means than study.
I wonder then if Minerva, who knows some of the arcane, could work with Jiri, who I think has magic acquired in a similar vein to Ezrin's.
Fascinating. In what way?
Yeah. What do you mean there, Delpirion?
Well, you get your magic from your father, correct?
No, but I'm also like very magical myself.
Because of your connection with your father, right?
No, from being the Jarl of Jawland.
I see.
I
And
have
so
galactic enchantments and sortileges.
sortileges. I just wonder if the voice in your head would be insightful, your father, in interpreting how those mirrors were created.
Oh, I can ask him.
Yeah, see?
Do you want me to ask
I
him
will
right
do
now?
what I can if you can get me closer to the enchantment in question.
Dad says he will help.
I look at my mom to see what she's expressing.
Definitely, although a stoic posed diplomat, you know your mother well enough to see her kind of cocked eyebrow in curiosity at Jiri. Well, is there anything else? We can, of course, if you feel you have value to add, we could perhaps even move the mirrors to the ruins for Minerva's study as well as Jiri's expertise. But is there anything else you all require this night?
Kayufael. I wanted to personally invite you to a big play that I'm going to be putting on. I've got a front row seat ready just for you. It would be a great honor if you were to come to this play. I will be singing the tale of all of us, including your son, Telperion, and our adventures that we've had together.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Can I help?
Plus 12? Fucking A. That's insane. She looks at, kind of gives a skeptical facial expression and then says, I do suppose I have more to learn about my son's previous 2 months away from our people. I will see if I can make an appearance.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Jerry, did you save a seat for my father as well?
Yeah, but we gotta go invite him in person as well.
It would be wonderful to have you there, Mother, as it would show your faith in the new allies I've made. I believe I'll be there, Jerry. Will I be watching? Helping?
Oh, we're all gonna be helping, so you'll be in the play for a little bit as well. But you'll also help me with the play.
Okay.
And this will be the first time it's ever been shown, so it'll be a big event.
Oh, I'm sure it will. You'll see no spare seat house in the amphitheater, I imagine, as this has never quite happened before. So you have my intrigue. I will see what I can do. And if you wish to speak to the Verdant Lord General of the Selethar, my husband Mathros, Telperion, you will find him in our antechambers up in the northeastern tower. Some of the infirmary staff is still seeing to him periodically, and he is prescribed bed rest at the time. But perhaps he can make a recovery enough to consider attending this play.
Very well. Did everyone have anything else before I ask her a private question? Because it's kind of the end of the day, right? We're all kind of getting ready to go to bed. Okay.
Oh, are we gonna say goodnight to your dad first, or are we gonna go straight to bed?
We can. Why don't you all? Would you mind waiting in the hallway, and we'll go visit my father after I speak with my mother very quickly. All right. So, once they step out, I'll say, did Father? Rather a lot has happened since I got back. Did Father speak to you about a comment I made to him on our way to the Myelite residence?
I do not believe so. Something I need to be made aware of?
Yes, something with me, actually. And I spoke to him, and he gave me some information about the topic. I asked him about trance terrors, because I summoned to my chamber a book on the topic of trancing and read about them. Because for the past 2 or 3 nights, I've had something I have not ever had before, or what I thought I have not had before, which was a form of nightmare within my trance, with a great shadow leeching light out of the Feywild behind me, and it has made rest rather difficult to come by.
You see Tenufail's posture shift slightly. She stands up a little straighter, tries to steady her breath. You actually hear an exhalation of breath as she's just trying to maintain composure. Oh, my son. I am sorry it has come to this. Your friends have returned to their chambers, yes?
I believe they're just waiting in the hallway so we can go speak to Father.
Attendants, leave us for a moment. See that no one enters for the next minute or so. And all of the Selethar surrounding the space very dutifully exit. Can you describe to me in detail what you saw?
Yes. I felt a shadow from behind me, and turning around saw, I believe it was like a shadow dragon, a shadow of something larger than anything I could have fathomed before. And beneath it, I watched the shadow leak away from what I believe was the Feywild. And the shadow figure came directly at me. And I don't know if attacked is the right word, but maybe devoured me. And then last night, I chose not to look at the shadow that I knew was looming behind and was able to rest without interruption.
Then your mind is already stronger than it once was. My son, I should have discussed this with you long ago, perhaps even before you ventured out into the greater world. I imagine your father must have mentioned that this has in fact happened before. When you were very young, around 24, 25 or so. The week of nights after my coronation in the Feywild. Trans terrors are exceedingly rare and usually do not take hold. They can be frightening, but what you experienced when you were younger was more. It frightened me, I must admit, the way you would shake and tremble, and there was a period of multiple days you refused to go to sleep. It was wearing on your health, and I sought to make the pain stop. And perhaps I was wrong to do so at the time. I believe I have grown in my judgment since then. But I used the natural magic of the plane of fairy granted to me through my connection as Aranil to adjust your memory, to make you forget those nightmares, as well as disrupting your memory of the coronation. I'm sure you have loose memories of it. Many return from that plane with muddled memories, but yours required more careful attention. And I will offer a reason for why we felt this necessary to do. As Aranel, I have closer connection with my past lives than most. And though the Ithilwinge did not participate in the Great War that ended the Fourth Era and created this new Fifth Era, there was rumor of the war against the Dark God that our cousinkin, the Alealor, sought to aid against. Famously, Corellin himself, as well as Sehanin, I believe this humanoid goddess Modera, and other gods and goddesses alike, took to arms and raised armies against this dark god. And after a time, it was felled. And yet, many were slain at the time. Your references you mentioned in your trance terrors remind me of the stories of the dark god's form. A muted, colorless, draconic shape with deep burning, bright red ruby eyes. These are stories we have heard through the ages. My fear is that somehow you are connected to one of the slain from that time. A past life that was cut short and took longer than normal to reincarnate into a new body. And you may be right to be wildly confused, considering none of the Ithilwinge participated in that war. But this phenomenon seems to be exacerbated to some degree after returning from the Feywild, where likely that individual's memories are more potent and chaotic, as their reincarnated cycle would have taken longer and imprinted better on the Feywild, as is the nature of our belief in the afterlife.
So
If you wish, I could consider looking into how to return your memories to you, but I worry it would bring nothing but pain.
I'll accept pain if it comes with information.
Perhaps I never should have taken them from you at all.
Did
but
I
you were my
know?
young child.
Did I know you were going to take them?
I prefaced it with vague and diplomatic reasoning, and I fear you were not fully understanding the nature of it. But in a way, you allowed me to.
So my past life, I mean, it sounds as if I have more of a connection to it than an average Ethel-Inge, and that means that it could be either, could it be an Alealor that I was previously, or are you suggesting Ethel-Inge secretly participated?
I would wager the latter, although we have no records of Ithawingi that might have escaped the forest to go participate in that northern war, for Alealor cannot be reincarnated into any other race but their own, and the same with us, and the Wood Elves, and the High Elves, and the Drow. The rules of the afterlife sort of apply to us the same, but within our specific species.
So, is there anything to be gained from these dreams, or should I be looking away every night? Or is that the cowardly thing to do when I should be facing this form, trying my best to rest through it?
You have only returned from the Feywild but a few days ago. And the fact that you are already gaining composure and the control to look away at this time means your mind is strong. And the memories, those terrors, may begin to subside soon, is my hope. If they come, it is up to your judgment whether to turn away. I do not believe cowardly so, but to turn away or face it, seek information to be gleaned, but with the threat of fear coursing through your form for a duration.
Well, then that path is decided. Is this when my hair turned white?
Sorry, could you say that again?
I said, then my path is decided. Is this when my hair turned white?
Yes, it was. We emerged from the plane of fairy, and your hair was just stark white, silvery almost. Your father and I and other attendants and scholars looked into it, and we didn't see any harm it had caused you. Stranger things have been known to happen when exiting the plane of fairy, so we saw it not as something to devote too much time and attention toward, but certainly an oddity.
Odd indeed. Well, I wish not to keep my friends waiting, although these are important matters, and I appreciate your insights. Maybe I'll speak to you again on them in a few days.
Please do.
So I come out to the hallway. Say, sorry for that, everyone. Would you like to go invite the Verdant Lord?
And during that time, I would have sent a message to Korik.
Beautiful.
I will cast sending, and I'll say, Much has happened. We are safe, deep in the Emerin. In a week, we hope to head south to Kilo Dean from Forest Watch territory. Meet halfway.
Oh, Toby Rama, good to hear your voice. We are eager for Kinsalo's return. There is a tree south of Shade Murk. Telperion will know it.
Oh no.
But your message completes successfully, and Telperion returns.
Court said you might know a tree south of the Shademark.
DM, I just have a guess. Is that a tree where a battle happened? Yeah. And so to Toby, I said, indeed, I do know of a tree south of Shademuck. When did he say he wished to meet us?
I told him we would be heading there in about a week's time.
All right. Yes, I can take us.
Very well. Do you
Jerry?
guys venture to Mathros?
Yeah. Jerry takes the lead.
I don't know which way he is, but I will just start knocking on doors.
Topirian watches for a little bit, and then he guides you towards his father's antechamber.
You open a door, and a kitchen staff member opens a door and says, sorry, I think we're all done for the night. We're not serving any longer. Oh, I think you have the wrong room. And you continue to knock on a couple doors until Telperion helps guide you up to the only tower in the Nightlamp Palace taller than the guest chambers in Telperion and Minerva's area of the keep that you guys had previously stayed in. And you kind of approach a sort of antechamber parlor space where you actually see two attendants wrapping Mathros's bad arm very carefully and tenderly in some very beautiful and high quality gauze for healing measures. Greetings, son, and guests. What can I help you all with?
Father, my friend here has something that he hopes will take your mind off of some of your troubles. I nudge Jerry.
Hi, Mathros. It is I, Jajiri, Jarl of Jawland, here to ask you if you'd be willing to go to a super cool play that I'm going to be putting on. Telperion's mom, aka your wife, already said she'd go, but now we wanted to invite you. We've got a front row seat ready.
Your wife.
The Aranil agreed even. That is no small feat. You must have a silver tongue indeed. I am bound to bed rest for the next couple weeks and won't be any good to anyone doing my usual duties. I would imagine I can saunter down to the Moondrop Cradle and see what you have in mind.
Laughter is the best form of healing. There will be plenty of jokes in my play that will be very funny. And you'll laugh a lot.
Well, I looked forward to it.
Awesome. That's it. Good night.
Father, and before Jerry can, I grab Jerry by like the scuff of his like shirt and bring it back. Father, I have a question for you actually of the Salafar Rangers. We're gonna hopefully be here for a few days. Everyone will likely be busy, but Jerry here could perhaps use some instruction in sword play. Maybe Toby would like some instruction in archery. Toby, I'm not sure. The Rangers are adequate bowmen, though. Inadequate is underselling their abilities. And then my friend Rome here, and I don't know what Rome is doing in this room, but she is rather stealthy. And I know that the Salafar are themselves rather stealthy. Perhaps she might find training interesting with them. Do you think they'd be available for that?
many of our resources might be going toward war preparation, and training will be increasing immediately, as it already has. But I think I can put in a word with a few of our rangers to assist you all in training of your own.
Yeah, I got some sweet Jalandi moves that maybe I could teach your elf warriors.
Perhaps they will benefit from it.
Well then, thank you. Would you let the Salathar know that my friends may be dropping by in the next few days?
Yes, are you all intending to stay here in the palace for the next whatever duration you're staying here?
Well, Jerry's play will be performed in a week, and after that, I think we're a little unsettled. So for the next few days, we should be. Although we may be going down to the ruins to inspect if there are quarters there we'd like to set up for ourselves.
Very well. Well, I will have 2 or 3 particular Selethar members posted within the foyer of Nightlamp Palace's opening halls. Whenever you all leave the palace in the morning for the day's work, you need only but put in word with them, and they will accompany you and facilitate training how they can.
Excellent. Thank you. And rest well.
Of course. I will. Thank you all again. And you are all...
I go give him a little squeeze before a gentle hug around his poison.
Perfect.
Maybe I'll peace out.
But otherwise, you are all free to bed down for the night, engage in long rest, do what you would like to do.
Jerry gives him a hug too before we go.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I have more messages I'm going to be sending tonight. Let's make sure I march that first one off.
I'll go back to the less solemn music.
I was gonna, talking to the party as we're getting to our rooms. I'm gonna finally reach out to Rhea from Force Hollow.
Wow. Okay.
Check in on them. I don't know if you guys had anything you wanted to say. It's been some time, and I just wanted to see if they're still being protected by the Mythal.
I fall back towards where Rome is. Rome, have you heard us speak of Force Hollow? Are you familiar with that term?
I don't believe so.
Force Hollow is the small city, town, no, not town, the fort where we met each other. And we, I think in some respects, fell for the fort and its inhabitants because they took care of us. We kind of took care of them and saved them from some harm. We actually installed them to protect them from the Durastians. We hid them within another mythal at another ruin. I wonder if you would glean any information from that mythal.
We can certainly try.
But anyway, Rhea was one of the most capable rangers there who took care of the townsfolk when we left.
And how far is this from where we are right now?
Crit, would you throw up the map?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Let's do this.
quite a way through the
Show
Emirate.
Oh, you know what? I just hit show to players, but I'm actually gonna move us to that map so that I can click around a little better. So here we are. Oh, and I never deleted that sweeping line. So you are all here in Ithinian, the house of or the home of House Nimberthil, and Forest Hollow, where everyone met and started the campaign, is up here in Forest Hollow.
Hmm.
And then here are the little ruins where we put the townspeople to keep them safe.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of do a quick little thing of how we have made our journey before meeting Rome, and just say, like, started here, we went all the way over there before heading back down. But yes, I will send a message to Rhea, and I will say...
Wait.
Rhea, it's Toby Rama. How are you and the townsfolk? Has the elven magic kept prying eyes away? Roulette and the others send their regards.
About a minute goes by before you hear, Toby Rama, can you hear me? How is this happening? Everyone's okay here. Well, there, in the ruins. We're not there.
Oh my god.
Jokel had a bad idea. Wait, keep your voice down. And that's all you hear.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
And so I hear that. What? In the... She said the people are fine, but she said she's not there right now. Something about Jokel having a bad idea.
What if they're doing a stealth mission, just like we would like to do a stealth mission into Durast? Or Ostennis?
None of them are from Ostennis. They'd just be trying to harry the Durastian troops in Forest Hollow, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or Jokel's headed back across the Arbor Lock, wherever his family's from, trying to get help or something. It's a foolhardy idiot, but he's a strong guy, so I'm sure Ray is in good hands.
Maybe you should message Jokel and ask him what he did.
I think I'm gonna message Rhea back.
Did they sound like they were safe at least?
At the end, she said, "Hush, be quiet." So it didn't sound like she was mid-swinging swords.
I'd say maybe hold off then, in case something's going on at this exact moment. I'd say maybe wait until tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, now I'm worrying about him. Okay. And then, as we all settle down for bed, I'm gonna send a message to someone. I'm gonna text you about it as I craft it, but I don't want to hold off. Anyone else doing stuff?
Very cool.
Just sitting and watching Toby cast. We know he's casting message because we've seen it. Toby, who you talking to?
Unless he's doing this out of earshot and eye shot, but yes.
Where is it? Here we go.
Out of curiosity, can you give me a first letter initial of who you're sending to?
I am going to be sending a message to my mom. I'm just... As Michael is doing this is also kind of what Toby is doing, is like thinking, oh god, what do I say?
Now-ish. You just want to put on one.
Perfect. Well, as you're crafting that, let me know if and when you want to handle that now, or if you prefer to handle it off screen, that's totally fine too. But anything anyone else wants to do before bedding down for the night?
Nar.
Ooh, Talperion, can I borrow your green sword? I want to meditate with it tomorrow in the morning.
I start pulling it out of the quiver. Meditate to what end?
Oh, I want to see what it can do.
Will you give me your sword?
Which one?
Either.
No, I'm just gonna borrow yours.
All right. You may borrow it, just don't break it, or get it dirty, or make it too dark and shadowy and creepy. Or don't let Shadow Movie have it either. Are we clear? And I give it to
Wait,
you.
why can't Shadow Moby have it?
I don't trust it.
Shadow Moby? He's like my oldest friend.
Sure. I just don't like the little one. The little, like, the way it like floats around.
But floating is the coolest part that he does.
Is that-
Deltaran, I really don't understand you sometimes.
I think that goes both ways. But yes, here's the sword.
Thanks. I'm gonna
It is-
see what happens when I meditate with it and my other sword.
All right. It's treated me well. I am very fond of it, so I hope it treats you well.
Yeah, if you ever need it back, I'll definitely give it back to you. But since it's just collecting cobwebs, maybe I could use it.
I dust off the little cobweb that it acquired while it was in my quiver for the past 12 hours. You're right. Let's make sure it's being used.
Yeah. Thanks.
Perfect. Well, you are all welcome to bed down for the night. Begin sleeping, long rest, trance. Jerry, are you trying to do anything with that sword at this time, attune to it or otherwise?
Wait, Jerry, add it to your inventory. I'm going to delete it from mine.
Okay, we'll do. No, not yet. I was gonna meditate with it in the morning.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh! Wait, I don't want to delete it. But I will. It's a Blade of Lucid Jade.
Blade of Lucent Jade.
I don't want to get rid of the picture
Mm.
that Crit worked on. I just trans out, do anything fancy.
Okay. Toby Rama, in your sleep, yeah, unless you're doing anything on the way to go to sleep. Anything?
Yes, I'm about to send you the message, and you can, because I'm going
Got
to do
it.
this in my head and receive in my head, so this can get settled after once I send this to you.
Okay, that is totally fine. However you'd prefer to handle it.
I guess I do have a question for Rome if we're in the room. So Rome, I want to like go over to the balcony with you because I assume you're still we're all in that same initial like the rooms we had settled in, and I want to point to the bridge you were making. I'll say, so Rome, it's beautiful, but why do you feel compelled to make things like that?
I just do as my instinct directs me.
So would you say you're ruled entirely by your instinct?
Aren't you also ruled by your instinct?
No.
How do you distinguish what is instinct and what is free will?
Well, I know what I've been taught by my culture and my people. And I know that sometimes my heart wants things that my mind knows are unwise. So I don't know sometimes which is instinct and which is just wanting too many conflicting things. You don't have that?
No, my mind is clear.
I envy you that. And so your instinct says to create plants.
Any living thing that calls to me, I feel connected to and feel compelled to create more of.
From my satchel, I pull out this little like plant, and it's a little bulb. It's a bulb of wilting dance. Crit, what does it look like?
I forget the way I had described it, but I believe it is a beautiful kind of mauve, almost orangey red, wilting to purple toward the base and kind of graying in the kind of dried edges as the bulb kind of goes outward and wilts. And you know this to be a flower with some rumored aging effects. Some people make it into balms to put on their skin to help facilitate skin care, but some have done more daring things through alchemy.
And I present that to you, Rome. My mother has granted us leave of the ruins nearby, and if my guess is right, it's a place of old magic, and she's granted us permission to make room for us out there. I was curious if you'd want to start a garden with me there. I've long collected odd plants and seeds and things like this, and this could be the first thing we plant there.
I would love to plant a garden with you. I think our minds together can produce something unique and wonderful.
I agree. Well, good night.
Good night. I will dream about our garden and hopefully come up with some ideas by morning.
I'll focus on that as well. That sounds like a restful night.
Before. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
know what you got.
Alex, I'm going to delete it from my inventory. I just wrote, I'll send you a text. I just made it up, the item in D&D Beyond, Bulb of Wilting Dance, and then Harvested and Lost Greenhouse. I'm sorry?
Wilting?
Yeah, like wilting. That's all I got.
Okay.
Perfect. Jerry?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Tomorrow morning, can we eat breakfast together? I've got a big pitch for you all.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. But I want you guys fresh, so I'm not going to tell you tonight. So that'll be some suspense. But get a good night's sleep, and then when we eat, we will discuss.
Perfect. And then I believe, unless there's anything else, everyone starts to bed down, amusing themselves however they wish in the final hour or so, falling into sleep, beginning a trance. Toby Rama, your dream feels more peaceful than usual. Not that it's not peaceful typically, but the endless black expanse and the soothing, cool silver mists just feel more in control than usual. As you inhale and exhale, you almost see them ebbing and flow to your command. But a very peaceful dream. Jiri, you don't even dream this night. Very peaceful. Roulette, same thing. A peaceful night of sleep.
Can't wait for a peaceful night too, like you guys.
Rome. What does Rome dream about?
Rome's dreams are very similar to the inner sanctum of her mind. I'm not even really quite sure if Rome has thoughts per se. I don't even know how I would necessarily describe it. No, she probably has thoughts, but I guess
Just sort
I would
of
say
a zen
it's
state
more
of being.
Yeah, it's like a state of being. I would imagine moving mandalas, very colorful, provides a lot of depth, fractal, but not necessarily words. She doesn't think in words. I would say she thinks more in images, if that makes sense.
Very cool. Yeah, you see the fractals and the seemingly chaotic patterns that become reason and order in their finest branches, and losing yourself into those, and then they form different images. You see the form of trees and Galathor, almost like you're subconsciously creating memories from recent experience, but peaceful rest for you as well. And then Telperion. Oh, wrong song. In your trance, once more, you are guiding your thoughts toward where you want them to, wherever you like, thinking of friends, family, otherwise. Gardens. And eventually, a large shadow begins to occlude whatever ambient light is behind you, illuminating the space you're seeing and begins to mute all of the color in front of you. Do you turn to look toward it, or do you keep your mind at ease away from it?
I say rest, be damned, and I turn around and start just like, can I fly?
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I just want to start looking.
We'll get
As you turn around and look, you see the sunset off in the distance, blotted out by an inky black form of what looks like, again, draconic wings in the background. On the horizon, such a massive form, you can barely comprehend it. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
+1? Because of my ring?
Well, yeah.
18!
18. You look at it and you feel an unavoidable strike of fear into your core, but you are able to push past it, choosing courage in the face of fear. And you are able to look at it, and it moves throughout the landscape, this enormous form, occasionally flapping its wings and beating, hopping into the air and into the forest. And it does seem to still be the plain of fairy in the distance that this image is bound to. And then it looks at you, and you can just tell with the way its form turns and the glints of red in its eyes.
Can I fly?
You kind of use your psionic capability and you lift off the ground. You seem to be in some version of lucidity in this trancing state, controlling your surroundings.
And so it's in forest, like it's been moving around.
Picture a wide landscape of color and still the ever twilight sky of the plain of fairy in the distance, in the background, but you can only see around the background past where the shape of this beast is. And it is so far in the distance and yet so enormous and blocking out so much space that this thing is beyond gargantuan in size and is likely miles away from you. You can just see it very clearly.
I just want to start trying to move towards anything, like anything that's tangible in any way, any part of the environment that seems like it's more than just ether.
Your trance seems to be of the Feywild to some degree, and because of that, the details are fuzzy. You know you're standing amongst like a landscape of a grassland, and yet when you look down at it, it just seems like painted, blurred, colored lines of orange and green and occasionally violet. It's like a smeared image when you try and look closely at something. But it is still an environment you can move within.
Okay. So I just want to start moving, and I'll like use some flight and burn some side-eye, just X amount, doesn't really matter. And just like once I kind of feel worn out, I just want to start sprinting towards something and I'm just looking for anything.
Okay. As you move toward the direction of this thing, expecting it to take an not infinitely, but wildly long amount of time to approach that distance, you move forward and it's like the landscape and environment is whipping past you. You're pushing yourself forward too fast and you slow to a stop and you're in front of a forest and you hear the cracking and bending of trees in front of you. Closer and closer. Is there anything you do in this moment?
It's getting closer.
Something enormous in the cover of trees in front of you is approaching you.
I'm gonna shout out, well, is it because we helped kill you? then just see what happens and kind of guard myself.
And in the distance throughout the trees, you see the darkening space in the tree cover. And then a bright beacon of red light that just booms through and takes up most all your vision. And then in a sudden blur, leaping out towards you, blackness. And your trancing visions fade into just black, as if a dreamlike state.
All right. Sounds like there's not anything else for me to do, right?
You don't seem to have the same kind of control over the guidance of your memories in this trance anymore.
But I'm still like awake. Like I'm still like cognizant of what's happening.
Yes,
Oh,
you're
okay.
like floating in a formless black expanse.
Okay. I'm just gonna speak out into this ether and say, I can only be afraid of the unknown for so long. So if fear is your only weapon, it's going to grow dull soon. And then I'll just kind of wait. Try to seek around when I can, but if nothing appears.
You wait, and nothing seems to happen. But I will give you one perception check.
Okay. And I have one last thing I'll do after a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, 20. Wait, I think it's 20. Yeah, 20.
20 total.
Yeah.
In this black expanse around you, the only thing that you can glimpse is a bit of motion in front of you, and you follow it. And then you look all around you, and every once in a while, you get like the faintest trace of like a reflection of metal here, and then there, and then there. But dark, dark metal.
Yeah, that's all I see.
That's all you see. Like just a sliver of a reflection over there, a sliver over there that looks like what would be metal reflecting some kind of light.
I'm just going to try to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
17.
Please roll a d3 for me. Or I'm sorry, roll a d4 for me.
10. 3.
3 hours into your trance, almost having completed it,
No.
you are forced awake unrestfully and take
1,000,000 points. Oh my god.
31 psychic damage. Waking you up forcefully, painfully. That sense of fear isn't frightening you, but you just feel the pressure of it, and it hurts your mind, and your ears are ringing. You're dazed for a moment. You have to really steady yourself over the next few moments before attempting another trance.
I'm going to try again. Yeah, another trance.
Okay. Similar things happen.
Yeah.
You're able to confront this
I will
entity.
Psionic Surge and give myself a D10 plus 8
Okay.
beforehand.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Similar phenomenon occur upon the following trance, including the all-encompassing shadow that dwarfs your vision again. However, within that, nothing forces you awake painfully or unrestfully, and you do finish your trance, taking 7+ hours instead of the usual 4, and waking alongside your friends and allies. And now it is the morning, the 26th of Sundas.
How do you all rest for so long? It's horrible. There's things to do.
I will say also, though you needed to make a save of your own in that attempt at that detect thoughts action, to penetrate the barrier of whatever that thing was, the only surface thought that you get that caused that anguish and pain was just anguish and pain and distraughtness, more powerful than any emotion you've naturally felt.
Thank you.
But it is the morning. You are all able to wake, prepare yourselves for the day, go get breakfast in the banquet hall, I imagine.
All right, Jerry, what's this announcement?
Before we do breakfast, I want to meditate with my sword though. So like first thing after like, I want to get like an hour early, get up an hour early maybe. So go to bed an hour early after 6 hours and then meditate with the sword.
Okay. You begin to meditate with the sword and you get the sensation very quickly that this is attunable for you. You can bind your sort of magical connection to the sword and make full use of it. Is that what you would like to do here?
No, so I'm gonna meditate with it because I've done this before with my Odachi, and then when I had Levin's Edge, I meditated with both blades. And then they like merged together. So I'm attempting like a similar situation where I like summon my hex blade and I lay it on my lap and I take out the blade of lucent jade and I kind of like sit them like on top of one another and focus my intent and energy into trying to make them one and the same.
I'm going to go to some Jiri music for this, which I just have to quickly find.
A lot.
As you do so, you set both swords down together and you hear the voice in the back of your head speak up and say, interesting. I suppose this has worked for us before. Might as well give it a go. And the Levin's Edge blade that you know to be that crooked form that was like a bright silvery steel colored blade when you were given it. But just like when you had the hex metal bind to your Odachi blade, which turned it from that beautiful purple coloration to a jet Vanta black. And then when you bound it to the Levin's Edge, it turned that form into Vanta black as well, almost combining the forms of the Levin's Edge and your Odachi, lengthening it, giving it the kind of curvature, but still maintaining the crooked zigzag shape of it. And now, in a familiar sensation, you cause the Levin's Edge to sort of, its Vanta black appearance almost melts and begins to coat the blade of lucent jade, and steam starts to billow from this reaction. This is more difficult than previous times. I think we can bind them.
You can do it, Dad.
It will become one item. Neither the Levin's Edge or the Blade of Lucent Jade will be available to you again. This will be a permanent infusion of these two items. Do you wish for me to continue? I can already sense there will be more power here.
Do it, Dad. Sophia will forgive us.
Dad, I know you can do it.
Absolutely amazing. You hear like a grunt of agony almost as the hex metal continues to wrap, almost like Venom symbiote, coating the blades and binding them together until they warp. And as the sludge covers the blade, you can see crackles of lightning flare and wisps of emerald green light waft from the magical reaction before being immediately muted and dulled. And the shape of this crooked longsword warps and changes. The form of it doesn't change dramatically, but the material texture does. It changes from what was like a Vanta Black brushed steel texture to more of a black obsidian volcanic glass like texture. And I would like you to please remove both the Levin's Edge and the Blade of Lucent Jade from your inventory.
Yikes.
And Jiri alone can look up in D&D Beyond the Levin Blade of Shade.
Blade of Lucent Jade must always rhyme.
Oh my.
Ah, it is done. I suspect this might be the full capacity of what this tier of magical weapon can withstand. Should we seek to further improve it in the future, we will need higher tier of magic.
Oh, dude, the picture. Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dad, we're gonna have to pretend like, oh man, I don't know how we're gonna explain this to Talperion. I feel like he's gonna be mad. I don't think he's gonna let us borrow anything ever again, probably.
That sounds like a problem you can manage.
Oh boy. We're gonna have to make it up to him somehow. But fortunately for us, Talperion is a very kind and understanding individual, and he would definitely forgive us. I know it.
Okay. Well, the Levin Blade of Shade has been created, and the Levin's Edge and Blade of Lucent Jade are forever sundered. But that completes that venture. And we'll go back to once more less somber music.
So my background's not accurate anymore of my phone.
Decommission.
Jiri shows up like spinning around his finger.
Yeah, I'll just for the hell of it.
We gotta be
Well,
able to
let me
see
move you
what it
guys.
looks like.
Yeah, let me move back to the Athenian map, and then I can throw out what the item looks like here. Pause for effect. This is what you see Jiri now wielding.
Jerry, where'd you get the new sword?
Oh, this old thing? I've had it for years now. Or actually, for months now. I don't know. How long have we known each other? About that amount of time.
Oh, we're just now seeing it now.
Yeah, so there was a big accident.
Of
Somehow
note,
you
it
were
does
so-
look very similar to his existing blade. The texture is different, and the kind of magical energy wafting off it looks different, but it's very close to what his old blade looked like.
Remember that cool green sword you used to have?
Yeah, the one I gave you last night. I told you I cared about it deeply, and I hope it would bring you good fortune.
Yes, that one. The exact one.
The one that I loaned you, yes.
Yes.
It's still in good hands.
Whose then?
It's in good hands, as in my hands are good. I've got good
Oh.
hands.
Different word.
It's
I would have
currently in my hands right now.
But this is an ugly sword compared to mine. So what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I would disagree that this sword is uglier. I believe that your this is a better looking sword than the green sword that you used to have. That used to exist.
That exists no more.
Hey, Kinsala just puts his arm to his neck and walks away. I'm gonna get some eggs.
It exists, but like, what does it even mean to exist? I don't know. We should ask Rome.
It means I could have it back if I asked, right? So is this my sword now then? Or is it half my sword? Oh.
I mean, you can look at it.
I'm gonna chime in that perhaps the sword chose jeering in its nature.
True. I knew Rome would have some good advice.
Maybe perhaps it will come back to you, Telperion, when it is time for the sword to return to you.
Oh, true. Yeah. But, yeah. You might not be seeing it for a while. Or ever.
The dining halls of my parents is a good place for you to have told me this information.
Yeah, but I figured we could like bury the hatchet over like breakfast or something like that.
Good luck. And I'm just gonna walk away and let you try.
So, Jiri, what was this big proposition you had us on? Like walking into trying to change the subject as starkly as he can.
Oh yeah. On to other items. Must continue on with the day, right? No sense crying over lost lost swords or magic items that we no longer have access to. Anyways, okay, guys. Big news. We've got a play to plan for. I want you guys all involved, right? Because we have to put on a good show. Because this play is going to be about us, all of us, the whole crew, and what we've been doing together. We need to wow the elves. That way, our group's name lives on forever. So I've got important roles for everybody. I'm going to need your help. And everybody has a part in the play. Okay? What do you guys think?
Aren't we just gonna be playing ourselves if it's about us?
No. You will not be cast as yourself. That wouldn't make any sense. Elfie is gonna play all you guys. Shadow Moby's gonna play me. I'm gonna play my dad, and you guys are gonna all be villains that we slay.
So Alfie's gonna be playing 5 parts?
Yes, he's got 5 appendages.
6? Oh, okay. Is this kind of a puppet show kind of thing?
Yep, we're gonna need puppets, so write that down. I don't know who's taking notes. We're gonna need puppets and pyrotechnics.
I'll start taking notes.
We're gonna need explosions and sound effects and scenery, Rome. That's what I was thinking you could help with, like growing the scenery. Roulette, I'm gonna need like wires, because we're gonna need to be lifting things and things are gonna need to be flying around.
How big are these puppets?
Big enough to fit on Elfie's tiny little arms.
I'm going to cut you off right there, Jerry. I'm going to volunteer as stagehand. I'm not much of an actor, and I think with my wings, I can help kind of, pull on the pulleys and help the drapery kind of part ways. Like I can be all over the place and help that. So don't even worry about casting me.
No, you're going to be my stunt double, and you're also going to play the Mad Wolf. I don't think you've ever met him, so it's perfect. You have no idea what he's like. So you'll be able to act him perfectly.
Oh, shit. Okay. What's this Mad Wolf character like? You gotta tell me more about him.
He's evil.
Just like
Got it.
Kinsala, do you know how to like howl real loud?
Howl?
Yeah, you just gotta pretend to be a wolf.
That's all you gotta do. Like every 30 seconds or so, do that and then snarl or some shit, and you'll be fine.
Sure, get the Villian half bird folk to be a beast creature. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, who else could put on a more authentic performance?
I'll do my best.
this
Rome, you're gonna play an evil tree that we fought a long time ago.
I could do that.
Yes.
I could dig deep, Jerry.
Yes. Good.
What sort of-
Toby,
Oh.
you're gonna be the narrator. Yes.
Is the
You're gonna-
narrator evil?
No, well, hold on. Well, Toby's got 2 roles. He's gonna narrate the play. I'm gonna sub-narrate the play as my dad, Address the Stormbender. But then you're also gonna have to do double duty and also play an evil villain. You are gonna be Dormorhen, that shadow thing that we fought that almost killed me.
Ooh, maybe we
Oh,
could like
Morin.
dress up my
Okay,
wings
it's muted.
to be like Ooh, maybe we could like dress up my wings to be like the decrepit wings
Yes.
that he had.
And you can use your candle.
Oh, because he did darkness. Okay. I need to make sure I can prepare the spell so that people can understand what I'm saying, because I don't speak Elvish.
Oh yeah, that'll be important, I guess, as the narrator.
I mean, if you've got any ideas, I mean, you've seen all the magic I've used, so if any spells I do come to mind.
All of them.
'Cause
I think we're gonna have to use all of your spells.
Because there's one I haven't done, is I can just like go into the ground out of nowhere.
Oh, that's perfect for Dormorhen.
Yeah. Got that. Yeah, I'll think about other spells that might help out. I can do spotlights. I can cast daylight. Actually, I don't know if
We're
that's
gonna
a
need
beam.
those.
It's a sphere.
Ooh, yeah, make the audience scared when they're supposed to be scared. Doing the scary parts.
Yes, I can do that now.
Do you have a laugh spell to make them laugh when it's supposed to be funny?
I can, once the scary parts are done, calm them. No, I can only do that on one person at a time, I think, though.
Use it on Tayufael. Okay. Wait, Rome. Or no, Roulette. I forgot to tell you, the villain you're playing. You're gonna be Jar Jar. You're gonna be the final boss.
Oh, you're
My brother.
Oh, okay. Does he look like?
The play's gonna take us into the future.
Oh, interesting. Does he look like you or?
No, he looks like a big cloud with 4 arms and like lightning.
Okay,
Shoots
interesting.
lightning.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I know you can shoot lightning, and he's really loud, and I know you can be really loud, so I think you're perfect for it.
I can do both of those things.
And now we get to Talperion, who's already forgiven me. Whew, thanks.
Can I roll an
What's
intimidation
it
check to see how pissed I look?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. It's a +5 now.
Ooh.
Earl is 16. 21 on intimidation for Telperion's visage right now, which is the flattest you've ever seen his face look when looking at you specifically.
Yikes. Talperion, who has yet to forgive me, but
Like,
will.
Toby is laughing and smiling, but Telperion isn't, so I need to differentiate that because I can't look pissed like that. So yes, Telperion, who hasn't forgiven you, as you say.
Talperion, who
And
hasn't forgiven
especially
me
with
yet.
the assertion of, hey, calm emotions on the Aranel too. That'll go well.
But I was thinking you could do the music, Talperion. Yeah, your Elvish music would be perfect for this play, right? It's got to be a good mix of Elvish stuff and like Jarlandi stuff. You know what I mean? So music seems right up your alley. You've got that instrument that we've never seen.
Oh, so you'd like me to loan my lyre to your performance?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to modify it a little bit. I was hoping Roulette could make it more like electric-y, like more lightning. Like I want it to sound like metal slamming together.
But it would never be the same after that, would it?
Probably not. Yeah.
Oh no. I can. You don't need to worry about the. I can give you at least 2 or 3. I guess just like little pebbles that you can press, and kind of like you press it and it just makes a sound on repeat if you want.
I can use my my quiver to do like pulling things across the stage.
Ooh, good idea.
So we don't have to have people on stage pushing stuff around.
Yeah, for the stunts the
Wouldn't it be
dangerous
helpful?
stunts that Gonzalo has to do.
Man, if only someone could move things without being present. Only someone willing to help with this endeavor could move things without physically doing it.
I wonder who could do that. Maybe Minerva could.
Yeah, she's probably trained for years in that pursuit.
We should ask her. I can't believe we didn't invite her to breakfast. We should find her. I've got a roll for her too, I forgot. Remember that who was it? Wait.
The Ice Elf Morgan.
Yes, Morgan. She should play her. And help with costume design. We're all gonna need costumes. Oh, tell Piran, in your role, you're gonna play the Arc Knight. Big, armored, scary. That look right on your face. That's the perfect look. I feel like you're already getting into the role.
Oh, I want to attack your mind so bad, but it would be such a bad use of power.
You should say that in the play.
I think that
Jerry, I had an idea. What if Telperian's the Arc Knight, you paint half your face as Telperian, so you can flip back and forth as Jiri and Telperian fighting the Arc Knight, saving the populace.
Ooh, I like that idea. One side will be Telperion, and then the other side will be my dad, because I'm also playing Adras. Shadow Moby's playing me. I couldn't play myself. That wouldn't make any sense.
Sure. Yeah, it's not acting at that point, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, wait. How many appendages does Elfie have?
I mean, he's got a whole bunch. He's got like 5 main ones, but he could probably hold a 6th on the wand, and I know he's got another piece in there he could stick out.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play all of you guys all at once. But if anybody can do it, Elfie can. I think he's got the acting range, the range to pull off all of you at once.
I mean, we need to go to the amphitheater. We need to see where we're gonna be. We gotta start making plans.
Okay, field trip to the amphitheater.
Okay, well, you guys are welcome to head to the amphitheater.
I forgot one other thing. In one of the acts, you guys are all gonna be in the same costume. You guys are all gonna play the lava worm together.
I think it's a good idea if I go find Minerva for a little bit, but I'll know where you all are.
Okay, yeah, go get Minerva and bring her. And tell her she has to play Morgan. And like convince her.
I'll just leave to get my Minerva. Oh, before I do, I go to Roulette. Roulette, we have sending stones, do we not?
We've got one for Mirage, and then we've got one for someone. I think it goes to Vitria.
Why don't I take the Mirage one, because we don't accidentally want to activate the Vitria one. Could I borrow the Mirage one?
I don't care if we activate that one. She didn't sound too kind on her side, but here, take the Mirage one.
I just want to give her any intel, but I borrow that. And then I'm going to go off to find Minerva while they go to the amphitheater.
Okay.
Actually, don't tell her anything about the play. Just tell her that Jiri needs to talk to her and ask her an important question.
If it makes you feel better, I wasn't going to tell her anything at all, so I won't tell her that either. You can seek her out.
Perfect.
Yes.
To simplify Telperian's search of Minerva, you go up to Minerva's room. It is unlocked. You knock and enter. she is not present, but there is a letter written to her brother, Telperion, set on the kind of side table right next to the door, that says, went out to the ruins early this morning. We'll be there probably the remainder of the day. Hope to see you there if you are all are interested.
Oh. Okay. I have 2 short errands I'm going to run, which we don't have to RP through. I'm going to stop by Teo's, seek out Teo, and then I'm going to stop by the jeweler outside the amphitheater before I go into the amphitheater.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Emmerich is probably just setting up shop this morning.
And then Toby, I meant to send this earlier, but I last night, and my dream sequence started. So last night I asked you for your cheapest diamond.
Yes.
Oh. I have a bunch of diamonds too for Toby.
No, well, I asked Toby for his cheapest diamond.
Which would be a 25 gold piece diamond.
What's your second cheapest?
100.
Oh, I'll take the 25. Thank you.
50.
Roulette's 50 too.
Okay.
And then I will go to Emmerich and have the conversation that you and I discussed.
Perfect.
And I
will text you when we hit our break here soon. I'll text you.
And I'll hand him. I'll show him the diamonds. So, do you think one would be sufficient?
I think if I could take some creative liberties and use both, I'd be eager to, as I have ideas that I think would suit your needs. You also wanted not just those, but you wanted to give me that as well?
And I give him yes. If I think I know what I'm talking about, yeah. I give him that second component.
I have done something with this before. I hope you trust my judgment. It will look wonderful.
Emmerich, my esteem rises of you every day. I do have a question. That shot of diamond I gave you, whatever you make with it, will you let me know when it's done, if it's for sale?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. What better customer have you than I? All right. Do you have a timeline for what you think this piece would take?
I would think it will require a bit of time and effort to set the gemstones and powder and metalwork the way I need to, as well as some braiding. I would think I might need 4 days to get the work done. And for my time, I think the cost would be 25 gold.
Altogether? Happily, I'll pay it now.
25 in addition to the supplies you have given me, yes.
Yes, indeed. So, Roulette, I'm not even going to add the diamonds to mine. Roulette and Toby, will you please delete your diamonds? Thank you. And then I'll get rid of my 25 gold. And then I'll go to the theater, finding them doing whatever they're doing.
Perfect.
And as you catch up,
you have a nice chat with Teo Lethalier in the morning when he's hanging out with you, and he regales you of some of the unique adventures he and your sister had recently.
Amazing. I'm piecing together the adventure.
And as you show up, I toss you a ring. As I've just finished handing out everyone their own platinum ring. Jiri, you still have yours, right?
Yep.
All right, so I think that gets everyone with a ring. You don't have to wear it on your finger. I mean, Jiri's got it on that necklace, so.
Wait, we all have a ring now?
Yeah, so that I can protect you.
Oh, is it just platinum ring?
Yeah.
I can add it to my inventory, but I won't take it off, and now we know all the party members have one. Oh my god, the amphitheater. I saw you change the thing. I was like, oh, nice, Matt. And I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, this is a loose depiction of what it is. Although they're outside of this map, there are tiered stands in a 360 degree arrangement crafted delicately and beautifully from stone that kind of this is the very basin of the middle. Inaveris, the kind of keeper of this space, will discuss with you all needs, resources, timeline, training efforts, scheduling, that kind of thing with you all. And right here in the center, it obviously isn't doing a great job of showing it, but that would be where this sort of central glowing tree is, where all the strands of moonlight kind of filter into its branches and down to its roots. So that is the sort of vibe of the Moondrop Cradle Amphitheater. What do you all do?
Jiri is practicing his intermission piece as well. It is a like song and kind of performative dance, I guess, or like interpretive dance style thing. And it is you guys know the Duran Duran song "Hungry Like a Wolf"?
Yes.
Yes.
It's that, but bitten by the wolf, and it's all
Amazing.
about him getting bitten by the wolf in that original
Amazing.
battle that we. And so he's like just dancing around and like singing in an awful voice.
So I walk in to find this. You guys watching him do that.
Perfect. And otherwise, are you? Is there any RP stuff to handle here? Or are you guys just beginning to rehearse and train and spend some time here? I imagine people also have other things they want to see too as well.
Oh, Crit, I don't think this is a... Okay, sorry. Never mind. Keep going.
Because this is functionally beginning the first day of downtime. Rehearsing won't take a full day, but I know some people have stuff they want to do outside of that in the 7 or 8 day time frame.
Telpiron, where's Minerva?
Oh, I was actually going to ask all of you. She's at the ruins. She seems eager to investigate them. I would love to go. Would you all be up for a field trip to the ruins where we could potentially scope out the property, see A, to investigate some old ruins, but B, maybe figure out what buildings we might take possession of?
Yep, we can practice some other day. Everybody's got their tasks. Gonzalo, stunts, Rome, scenery, Toby, narration, Telpiron, music, roulette, pyrotechnics, and sound effects, and Elfie, puppeting everyone. Okay, we know what we're gonna do. Break.
Perfect.
Well, then, if we are ready, we could go tell the Salafel Rangers. I'd maybe ask for them to come with us, or we could go on our own. We might want them as a guide. Actually, I don't totally know fully where we're going. It might be quicker. Is there anything
you know loosely where the tree mound is, so you could get their guidance or choose to go alone, knowing that there is probably a presence of people at the ruins right now as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I'll do a quick. I'm going to let the Salafel Rangers know that we are leaving for that, and then can we have said I wanted to swing by the Moon Forge to ask if they needed all those fire seeds that I gave them, and if they weren't going to use them, I'd take back some.
They evaluated them and weren't going to find them sufficient
Excellent.
for the potency, so they'll give them back to you.
I don't want to slow us down too much, but did they evaluate the eye and the heart I gave them?
You just asked about that yesterday, and they don't have identify available to them quickly, so no, they have not identified those yet.
The seeds are what I mainly wanted. So maybe I go like to the palace and I get like a bundle or a pack of like provisions for us, just
Sure.
Really not that hard to come by, so we could walk through the woods and go do that.
Perfect. Well, if you guys are all interested in journeying the 4 or 5 hours toward Tree Mound to the location of the Alealor ruins, let me know if there's any RP conversations you guys want to have along the way, or otherwise we can kind of zoom there for the purposes of this and maybe take a bio break when we get there before we continue. Anything anyone wants to discuss on the way, or are we okay to just get to the Alealor ruins?
Just working on my narrator voice.
Perfect. Kinsala's doing backflips and aerial stunts along the way as well.
Rome's just kind of growing things as they're walking. She's kind of doing her own thing.
Perfect. Okay, well, you are all able to venture there. I don't have all of the stunning artwork that Mike had available from his arc, but we can use our imaginations. I will track that down at some point potentially, but I don't have it available for today. but you are all able to arrive at the Aleolor ruins. You all feel the, many of you feel the familiar sensation of having to push past the mythals, though Rome and Telperion are able to help you through those as they are unaffected. And you see a contingent of Selethar rangers kind of dotting the grounds on the approach, where Minerva and co had to fight off an Oryx steer and a Ursa Argentum. And you make your way through that, up a crescent sliver bridge, and off to the visage of the ruins in the near distance. And I guess that's where we'll take a bio break real quick before we pick back up.
Woo! Woo!
Cool, yeah.
I need to make the dumpling.
No way. What'd you get?
There's nothing in here.
Oh.
Just the box.
Oh.
I think you can take them all.
Did you have to? How much for this? Oh, for like a big thing, right? For these?
No, it was like a mini brains. Like in the ball that you had to teleport. They have those.
You don't think there's anything in here?
No.
Did you check already?
No.
I don't. Thank you, though.
Are you
Mm-hmm.
See? What is it?
No.
It's like. It's just something. And I got like mini shots and like that.
Mm-hmm.
These are all.
Yeah. I don't know. Nice. Ooh. Sure. Either or.
I bought 2 durables. You cannot open them.
Okay.
They are loadings. I think think he was supposed to sit in the box.
Oh well.
How many
I don't know. Whenever everyone's back.
hang out for you coming?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what I sent out. Can I put this back?
Very, very funny. Boy.
Oi, small fry.
Little Pugler. My shine.
Just sent you a text, MJ.
I got it.
Beautiful.
GG.
Christopher, I sent you an email. At some point, I'm going to write another letter home. So that's just what that letter is.
Okay. I hope you trust that I have not forgotten responses.
Oh.
It is also just, circumstantially dependent.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Crit 4v4 will be back tonight.
Nice, I'm so in.
I haven't played Magic Arena at all. Like a week. And I'm not going to push myself to get back into it because I got Overwatch in a week right now.
Love it. Doopity-doopity-doopity-doo.
If I ever get a dog that doesn't want to cuddle like this, I'm fucked. Archie's ruined me.
Cuddle.
You'll brainwash whatever next dog you end up having into doing the same.
Crit, I need you to not delete the Jade of Lucent Blade from the inventory.
I'm not going to delete it from my homebrew creations, so
That's
it
what I
could
mean. I
still
just want to be able to see
viewed.
it sometimes.
Yeah, you can still view it, but it is no longer in existence.
I deleted from my inventory, and I was like really hesitant too. I was like, man, it really hurts to delete this for some reason, but I'll just be able to look at the art again. No big deal. And it felt like it was foreshadowing.
I don't see the picture on it.
Jeez, where I am now.
That is that.
Alex, you making any fall breads or anything?
I didn't make any bread this weekend, but I did make these like pistachio pinwheel cookies.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, yes.
Oh my god, they came out so good. They're like almond and pistachio, kind of like shortbread swirled together.
Is it so hard? Like when I bake, I just want to eat all of it myself in that night. Like it's so hard. Like, is it hard to like moderate the eating of these things?
I feel like I used to be like I had a sweet tooth and it was very difficult to control. And now I think I've gotten a lot better about it. But also it's like when I bake shit, I feel like a lot of it ends up at school. Because it's like I like to bake it because it's a hobby, but I don't want to eat all of it. So I give a lot of it away.
That's impressive.
I mean, it's fun to like, I don't know. It's like I would like to receive a treat from other people. You know what I mean? Like a random treat. Like, oh yes, I do want a cookie. Like the cookie fairy.
Very cute.
Bread fairy.
Bread fairy, yeah. Are you guys baking anything or?
Oh no. I wish I was other than this, but like any amount of time I spend in the kitchen is physically painful to me. But like I want to eat healthy, so like I have to spend time in there. I just want it to be as fast as humanly possible. Right, Freddy's?
I get that.
That's why I'm so envious and like in awe that people like you exist who find it like cathartic and soothing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just enjoy cooking. It's like the thing that calms me down. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Awesome.
So I look forward to it. But yeah, I totally get that too. 'Cause it's like stressful sometimes as well.
I wish I was better at cooking. It's fun, but well, cool. If everyone's good to go, we arrive at the Alealor ruins. There are Selethar that wave you all in. Your entry is permitted, as well as various individuals tending to gardens with people with notepads that are like with quill and ink or scratching onto papers, things they see, just kind of describe, taking note of the surroundings. You see someone putting up a piece of parchment against kind of a relief and taking a charcoal rubbing of it. People are, now that the Alealor ruins are known to this culture, people are eager to learn all they can about this location that they did not know about previously. An exciting scholarly find by Minerva and Co. You all are able to enter the kind of primary entrance, though there are multiple structures throughout this kind of campus ground. But as you venture into the main space, enormously tall wall or ceilings, the grandeur that we had experienced in previous sessions is all available, and you see a couple dozen people throughout. I mean, it's a large space, so it's not densely populated with scholars and diplomats and people, but there's definitely a presence here. People categorizing and organizing things they find. Blank scroll parchment rolls are being assorted. People are kind of, tearing this place apart feels almost doing a disservice to the kind of level of reverence they're giving this place, but deeply analyzing everywhere they can find. And as you guys approach, you hear Minerva say, "Oh, there they are, brother, over here." And she kind of runs up to you all and say, "Sorry, I was just helping them take some notes of some of the things we saw in our first approach. How do you like it? Is it similar to what you had found in the past?"
Can we pause before we continue our beat? I want to establish this is Telperian's sister, but I don't want it to always feel like for you guys as the party that Telperian has to be the first one to answer and respond to her. So you guys can cut in and feel free to interject, ask questions and all that stuff. Because sometimes stuff's directed at me, but I don't want it to every time my family members are around feel like it's the Telperian and family show. So anyway, if you guys wanted to hop in, I want to know them. I'll break
for sure. Yeah, and she definitely is interacting, she's just saying the statement out to the abroad as well. Is this what you had found in your discovery of your own Alealor ruins that you suggested?
Certainly not. Certainly not. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but that was just kind of one big, almost sort of temple. There's one structure alone with the place out behind it.
We also found an evil tree and a wolf that bit me there, and I haven't gotten bit by a wolf yet, so things are going much better.
Well, that is good, Jimmy. We did not find any wolves here, so rest assured. There was just a bear and a steer and a dragon. Of mechanical construct, you understand. But anyway, I am very delighted that you all have arrived. I wasn't sure if you would be prioritizing coming this day or not. I am certainly interested in learning all I can further about this place, and will be very busy throughout the day. But I'd love to show you around, show you what we encountered in our first time being here. I don't know.
Wasn't that your first
taste
of adventure? Would you say? In recent years?
Of the traveling sort, I suppose. Suited me quite well, I think.
Really? Do you have a taste for it now?
Well, let's just say I have earned the chance to be more scholarly here now. If the opportunity comes again, case by case. Anyway, as you can see through that window over there, that would be my tower. And I have already begun to have resources being brought there. I hope to make it a sort of home away from home, so to speak. I think the House Council members and some of the other scholars, and certainly the Preservers Athenium's staff, is all over this place. They're going to occupy most of these grounds someday through scholarly means and such. However, two of the House Council members have shown interest in setting up small abodes here in some of the unused structures. And there is a structure that has so far been unclaimed.
Which
I don't know if
council
you all
members?
would be interested. Elena Morwing, Arethel's close attendant, as well as House Leader Dagon Wildvine.
Oh, really?
He has shown particular reverence for the discovery of this place, and dare I say, his usually rugged and grisly even demeanor, I have seen it melt away in this place, almost like a child discovering a new toy. Or I think he is delighted that we have found this place, this connection to our past.
So this discovery of yours will likely be warming his heart to our goal of learning more about the LA law and me leaving to study that. Would you say?
I think that is reasonable to assume, yes.
Brilliant.
Well, where would you like to see? And she begins to kind of just tour guide you through a campus ground of buildings she knows about, building structures she doesn't know that much about, that haven't been thoroughly investigated yet. And then she shows you a sort of beautiful stone structure, kind of set across from like a beautiful courtyard with the flora is a bit overgrown here, but it is a beautiful courtyard that kind of separates a large tower structure that she has suggested is hers from another building that is tall, not quite tower-esque, but that location we have not been able to get into quite yet. I believe it needs the recitation of celestial voice, and Talia is locked up in eclipse business or some such and hasn't been any help. But there is a phrase upon the door that does not seem to me to be understandable language, but hopefully it could buy people entrance in if Talia is able to join us in the near future. Additionally, I should warn you all, there has been sounds reported from within of breaking glass, and we think we've heard the crunching steps of something moving in there. Not sure if it's some wild animal that has managed to break through the mythals. But anyway, you might as well poke around for it a bit. I have some more things to attend to in my tower, but please peruse the ground, see if anything strikes your interest or compels you to stick around for a while.
Before we just take free reign and maybe investigate that tower and whatever our hearts desire, could you show us that unclaimed building and stop telling people it's been claimed?
I suppose I could. Let's see if you can poke at it enough to where you are sufficiently satisfied with the building itself. I would hate to take it away from someone else more interested in it if you are not, but take a look and then I can certainly stop showcasing it. Very well. Well, holler if you need anything. And she kind of makes her way across the courtyard into her tower.
I'm gonna kind of like slink behind and try to like talk to her like privately while everybody's like moving onward. So maybe I'll
Sure.
like chase after her and be like, Minerva, wait up for a second.
Cool. Yes, Jerry, what is it?
Hey, so I got something to talk to you about. I was just talking to Telperion, and he was telling me that he thinks he's a better actor than you are. Which is crazy because I was like, no way, I bet you Minerva's so much better than you are. Yeah, just something I wanted to talk to you about. It's just a shame that there's no way for us to determine who's actually right in this scenario. Who's actually better.
That is strange. I'm surprised my brother would have very much to say about my acting ability, especially he knows I'm heavily engaged in the diplomacy of political court. That is akin to acting, if anything.
Yeah, it's
strange
weird.
assertion.
I don't know if he necessarily said it or he was thinking it. I can't remember how that conversation went, actually. But you know what I was just thinking? There actually is a way for us to determine who's a better actor. I'm putting on a play, and I've got a perfect role just for you. What do you think?
You're putting on a play?
Yes.
Is this something you're conducting in the halls of Fairy, or perhaps the amphitheater?
The amphitheater, yep. I was wondering if you could play a major role in the play, and then I was also hoping you could help us with our costumes. I need some elvish costumes for everybody to make us fit in more. See, I'm trying to go for a good balance of like elvish tradition and Jalandi tradition. So the music Telperion's going to take on, and I was wondering maybe you could take on the costume design.
I have numerous tailors at my disposal for my courtly gowns and attire. I could see what I can have made available. Perhaps we can talk more in detail over the next few days.
Perfect. And your role is this lady named Morgan. And you're the perfect one for her because you've never met her and you have no idea who she is. So you're going to do great.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. She incited you previously just to understand the situation, which she did not. But
Jesus.
My brother's strange friends from out of town arrive here. I suppose, unless it becomes a stain on my face, some sort of blunder of appearance, it could suit the notoriety of our name and attach it to you all's endeavors. You see her kind of calculating out the optics of what this could do, and she's like, I see enough value where I would entertain it. I would need specific direction and descriptions of what you have in mind. I am a very rehearsed mind, not as keen at creative showcase, so to speak. I will need direction.
That's exactly how Morgan was. So you're going to do perfect. I will definitely send along those notes and information. I'll probably, send Telperion to come bring it to you at some point. Or my shadow friend, Shadow Moby. Somebody will drop it off and give you all the information you need. And I just want to add that this is definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. So you're definitely not making a mistake. And with your help, I know it'll be great. Thank you.
Fascinating. Well, I will look forward to hearing more from you soon.
Okay, bye. I got to catch up with everybody.
Cool. You make your way back. The rest of you all arrive at the kind of structure. You go through a series of beautiful stone archways that lead from Minerva's tower past a courtyard and to a set of kind of interlocked buildings with a rather grand entrance and two different sets of tall wooden doors, well maintained, not having rotted or suffered much from old age. There's a set on the left and a set on the right. Both have a phrase in just beautifully eloquent script that is very wide and sweeping, and you all recognize it to be celestial.
What am I picking up?
The phrase says, in a similar vibe to what you had encountered at the previous Alealor ruins, it says something akin to sing to the preserver's name, all who walk in his presence.
Does someone want to give me some music to sing to?
I mean, I have a question for Crit. Crit, is it out of the realm of possibility that Talperian has a lyre in his room that, like, I didn't have, but, like, now that I'm home?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So you want music?
Yeah, I need inspiration for what I'm gonna sing.
Well, I have this. I didn't bring it with me when I left, but I've never had really a chance to perform it with you all, but I can play you in with this. And I pull out just a simple, probably wood, etched with a little silver here and there, lyre.
Rome's gonna take 2 sticks and start like beating them together.
We probably should be checking with Minerva before we just come into a ruins and start letting ourselves into doors, but this is also more fun this way, so I'll start plucking at the lyre.
I'll tap you on the shoulder and give you an enhance ability to play better. And then I will sing to the preserver. What do I sing about?
It seems more instructional to just sing.
So is Corellin known as the preserver to elves?
Yes.
So
the preserver of the firstborn is commonly acknowledged as his sort of title.
And if Toby didn't know that, I'll remind him of that because I assume he read us the directions.
Yeah, I'll sing.
Out of curiosity, are you standing in front of the left set of doors or the right set of doors? They're probably spaced 20-ish feet apart, maybe 30.
Roulette, what are you supposed to do when you're in caves or like hallways? Do you do left hand on the wall so you can go back the right way? Isn't there like the right way to do it?
It's a maze, right?
Like if you're ever in a maze, so you can track where you go.
Oh, I mean, rule of thumb: pick a side and follow it.
I go to the left one.
Very well.
Before you start singing, Toby, wait, are we thinking that creatures are going to rush out there and attack us? Was that her implication of creatures in there making sounds? All I'm saying is, should we be preparing for a fight?
Ooh, that's fair. Yeah, I'll get a little prep going.
I don't know if anyone else wants to prep for a potential fight. I'll get my greatsword. It's not in my hand, but it's like ready at my feet because I have my lyre.
I'll do a false life.
Rome is stealthed and is trying to be hidden.
Okay.
Jiri will charge his weapon, which is now, it looks different now that he's got a new sword. Instead of like becoming extra sparky, it starts to like shed this like kind of black green mist. And he looks at it and he's like, "Oh, what? I don't know what happened. It's usually sparkier. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens."
Perfect. Rome, with your stealth, go ahead and give me a stealth roll, and any other things people are doing before walking in or before Toby begins to sing.
Yeah, I rolled it in D&D Beyond and it didn't go great. It was a 27.
Ooh. Oh, you feel very hidden from whatever may be on the other side of the stone wall.
No, did I prepare that?
Minerva, we're trying something. All right, let's go. And I start playing my lyre.
I cast borrowed knowledge on myself to become proficient in performance.
Very nice.
That's not
anything particular you sing about?
I'll just sing about the elves and their cousins in the plane of fairy.
Beautiful. As you do so, your celestial voice, just outside of your own singing ability, just takes on a sort of melody itself. The very nature of that tongue is very otherworldly in its kind of divine influence. And as you sing, the inscription written on the frame above the door kind of brightens, and you hear a do you go in?
If it looks like it's dark in there, I'll do something I haven't done in a while and use the light cantrip to light our way.
Okay. It does, as you begin to press the door inward, it does look like it's a very dimly lit space.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll put my lyre away and grab my sword.
Well, I will move you all to this map. You all begin to, you can arrange yourselves in the order you think you would have come in through these doors. Noticeably, the doors on the right side would have been here, and the doors that you now see on the left side were not visible outside because they're probably to some inner chamber. However, you enter into a beautiful ballroom. The steps are very well-kept marble. You can smell the sort of musty disuse of the space, but flora is still thriving here in sort of decorative presentation along kind of banisters and archways, as well as, though the whole space is dimly lit, there is light. The stained glass windows off in this direction are very well illuminated from whatever light is outside. You see multiple rooms as well as a staircase upward. Yeah, what do you guys do?
So fancy. Can we hear anything scuttling around?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I guess I'll do a perception check too.
Sure. Yeah.
Nat 1.
I'm also gonna
Yeah, you
try.
all are okay. Go for it.
Why isn't it coming over? It's so weird.
I see it on my.
Yeah, it came up in my roll 20.
Oh, okay, maybe my dice roll is just.
Oh, I'm sorry. It came up in my D&D Beyond, not roll 20 for some reason.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
But 25.
25. Rome and Toby Rama, as Telperion is kind of looking out into the space and just the grandeur of this beautiful ballroom lost to the ages from a people, his cousinkin far in the past, as Telperion begins to wander this way and steps onto that spot, you both hear a cracking of glass and you see these windows glow brighter, and a voice echoes out into this space. You are not our masters. And you hear a shattering of glass. As a large being erupts from the glass, made of stained glass. All those two windows detonate, shards flying from them before cohesing into a form that looks like a humanoid golem. And now I would like everyone to please go ahead and roll some initiative.
If I was going to write the title of that thing in my notebook, what would I write? Stained Glass Guard.
Stained glass golem.
Click on me and then do this.
Oh, there.
Did it roll twice for you, Toby, or did?
It did. It just doesn't. It is weird, I guess, when you do it on initiative. Because I rolled a 7 and a 1.
Oh, I see it now. Huh, weird.
Dooba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Did Jerry? Oh, Jerry's rolling now. Beautiful. I need to do Kinsalo. Which I didn't click on his token, damn it. But 7. All right, does it look like we have everyone in there? Looks like it. Okay, Telperion, you are first to act.
All right. I'm gonna kick off my boots with my bonus action to activate my boots and blaze, and then I have 40 feet, so I think I can easily get to the other side of it. Well, not easily. Can I get to there?
You have 40 feet of movement total. No, you're going to move too much through its own space. You kind of have to move to this space and then down.
Okay, so this is as far as I can get, or maybe here.
Probably. Well, just track it out for me. You drag your guy and right click, and it'll show the movement.
There we go.
Sure, that works.
All right, so I get there, and then can I roll my d6 fire damage?
Yes, please do.
1.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna swing at it twice and say, "We're not your masters, but you don't need to attack us." But then I'm gonna swing at it. So anyway.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll.
13 plus 9 is 22.
22 hits.
First time using my sword. So 2d6. Yeah. Oh my god, I did it. I rolled 2 3s. So I'm gonna add another d6. And I get 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus another 6. So 17. And I will use my Psionic Strike on it as well.
Okay, go for it. 17
plus this d8. So 23.
23.
On my first hit.
Means
and then can I make a strength save against my DC 14 to see if it's prone?
Yes, absolutely. It is immediately knocked prone.
All right, so
and you see a spray of shards of glass kind of erupt from the back of its form as you cut into it, just sending debris everywhere.
All right, so I'll swing again with advantage now. 15 plus 9 is 24.
Yep.
Right, another 2d6. 6 and a reroll. 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
It seems pretty thoroughly cracked and disrupted in its form.
I guess I should flavor it. So I think I summon it. I have my sword already in hand. So I'm gonna I think it probably tries to hit me with whatever weapon it's got, and I parry that, and then I'm gonna go in for a crack at its arm. So that's the first one, and then I'll do a second crack with my blade, and that's so that gets it down. And then once it falls on the ground, I try to just go straight for its head, and I think it probably glances off, but
it is fighting like a fighter would, trying to parry with its jagged broken glass of magically tethered together shards of stained glass. So it is parrying some of your attacks, trying to fend off others, but you are striking it successfully.
Sweet. And then where I step as we're having this little dance, there's fire prints on the floor. That's my turn.
Perfect. As your turn concludes and you get closer to other windows, more of these things begin to erupt from their windows 2 windows per golem, it seems, that detonate with shards spraying. You are within one of their radius. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
And these guys are. You take. Oh, I need to roll it here. You take 7 piercing damage as shards of stained glass kind of spray out onto you. And now these guys will get a simultaneous initiative roll since they all appeared at the same time.
As these 3 things erupt out of the glass very loudly, very graphically, I turn around and say, "There's some more," and that's
perfect. Rome, it is your turn.
You guys are both muted.
Okay, I'm gonna move right here, and
Okay.
I'm going to cast polymorph on myself to transform into a T-Rex, but this is the way it happens. So she casts polymorph, and the floor cracks open to like reveal like a fissure through the floor, and like the building is rumbling and like everything's shaking, and like I would imagine that you'd hear like the windows are sort of like crinkling against each other because of all the shatter.
Sure.
And the bones of a like previously deceased Tyrannosaurus Rex emerge from the ground and surround around Rome in like a plant bone like creature sort of situation, and is like dripping in like crude oil, and then makes like a roar.
Jeez.
Absolutely amazing. I'm gonna use the ape form that I finally have a PNG for.
Oh my god, that's a good ape form too.
I will definitely be able to create a new PNG for various wild shapes, but we'll have to stick with this for now unless I can find quickly a T-Rex. But perfect. You do that. You change your form. Are you a huge creature or gargantuan or
huge? And also the HP is 136. I'll just keep track of it on my own.
Perfect. Action to cast polymorph. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. It is the first golem's turn. It rights itself, and you see magically being tethered to this thing's essence, various shards of debris that had been scattered from Telperian's attacks are like magnetically drag across the floor toward it, and it begins to patch back together a bit of the wounds it had taken. And then it says, "You are not permitted entry." And it will take 2 strikes at Telperian.
AC 20, baby.
First it's going to use its bonus action to reach behind it to magical light still filtering in from the exterior. And as it radiates through its form, it puts its other sword out toward you, and you are blasted with dazzling light. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12. God
damn it. Just failed. As you try and look away in time, it blinds you with brilliant multicolored light, and you are considered blinded at the moment. So we'll do that, and now it will make its 2 attacks with advantage. Multi-attack, attack number 1. 12's not going to do it. It just harmlessly impacts your armor. That one will do it for just 9 slashing damage. Although as it impacts you, you're seeing a detonation of shards of glass erupt from each strike it has on you that seem damaging or threatening to people that would be near you. Oh, actually, you do take that full damage. You take 12. As the slashing damage from some of it and the piercing damage of shrapnel could damage you unless you're going to reduce it in some way.
I will reduce it. I'll just do it. Shield. I rolled a 1. So I reduce it by 4, so I take 8 damage.
Okay. Yep. 8 damage. And it will it's going to move toward the other intruders a little bit, but not leaving your space. But Toby Rama, it is your turn.
I can't see, but it hurt. Which isn't me asking for help. I just needed to say it for flavor.
I'm going to run over and attempt to get on the back of the vine and bone T-Rex. And
okay,
if Rome allows me.
Yeah, so let's see movement here. What does it take to get to it? 20 feet to get to it. This would require some climbing, so you're going to not get any more than 5 feet up because climbing takes double movement.
What's this take? This takes...
Hold on a second.
Can I reach out my tail so there's like a ramp?
You can, but that's not going to necessarily aid his movement yet.
And so I will spend a bonus action to finally use the potion of climbing from the contingency band.
Oh, nice.
Get it out of that room.
Oh, from the contingency band,
Yeah.
you're saying? So you prick yourself with that, you're imbued with enhanced climbing ability, then you can get 10 feet up this creature.
And as I'm feeling better about my climbing, I reach out and I will look at this fellow here and cast Dispel Magic at 4th level.
Oh, what level?
Wow.
Holy fuck.
I do need you to roll for it.
So what I do? Just
As this enhanced animated object that has been permanently imbued with this thing is a slightly higher spell tier than 4th level.
is it
So
just a D20 or do I get to add my?
It is
modifier?
D20 plus your wisdom modifier, which I believe should be a 5.
No.
Unfortunately,
No.
you see it reaching
His
toward
luck.
it.
I unattuned.
He
from
does
the
not
dying
have
as
luck.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see your magic threaten to crack all of it, but then as it congeals back together, you feel the loss of that magical connection.
Oh.
A very good idea, unfortunately not executed this time.
Christopher, is that considered an ability check?
It is an ability check, yes.
Are you within range?
I'm within 30 feet of them.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. That
I-
won't work, I don't think. For each spell of 4th level.
It's
Yeah.
let's call in this moment, do you do it or not?
I don't know what he's doing. I've never seen him cast this spell, so I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, so you see him chanting a magical effect, and then a moment of frustration as it seems ineffective.
That's my turn.
Okay, movement, bonus action, got it. Jiri, you are up.
Oh, guys, just think if these bosses are really cool, they could end up in the play.
And then he runs. And Jiri is noticeably faster,
Oh my god.
and he can make it all the way up to this creature here. And he is gonna smack it with his new blade that is
Okay.
billowing like a lot of steam, enough steam that it kind of almost takes up his entire space. He's just like almost surrounded by it.
Perfect.
Before
Go
I do
ahead
that,
and
though,
roll an
I'm
attack.
gonna focus on this guy.
Target
too.
it. Got it. Perfect.
Those sound like the
Go ahead.
footsteps of a betrayer. The hastened footsteps.
Yeah, 29 will do it. Oh, that's a
That's a
19.
crit.
That's a crit. Yep. So can you add that damage up for me? And because you hit,
It's
Um,
just a 4,
yeah.
right?
yes,
So
yeah, it's one
21.
or the other. Yeah.
But plus a D8 for I cast Spirit
extra
Shroud,
crit.
but it's
Oh, well, the Spirit Shroud gets doubled, the Longsword damage gets doubled, and the Impact extra D6 gets doubled as well.
okay. So,
So this
extra
is
D6,
quite a potent.
extra D8, extra D10.
Using this in 2 hands.
All twos. Yes, two-handed.
Okay. So another
Looks like
6
30 to me.
plus 21 plus 6. Unless I'm misreading this, I'm
Yeah, I think it's just
seeing
27.
27.
Oh, it's not the 4 and the 3. It's just one of them.
Correct. It's either or. Perfect. Yeah, you hit 27 damage. It looks pretty weak.
Isn't it 54 if it's doubled?
The whole amount's not doubled. He was doubling the D8 for the effect, doubling the D6 for the effect, doubling the the dice get doubled. Yeah.
All right, smack it again.
Perfect. Go for it. Let me see if it has anything it can do in defense. No. Okay. 25 also absolutely hits. How do you destroy this creature?
I kind of just run up and I do like a spin, like a 360 twice. He like just spins around like a top and like slices through it twice, just like shattering it like or in the midsection.
Perfect. It is scattered into shards and debris on the ground, and clinks to the ground.
All right, that's it.
Kinsalo will, I think he's gonna dash, kind of try and get on this side, and then use a bonus action to polymorph himself.
Crit, with that thing dying, is its magic still affecting me?
You are still blinded. It's not a magical effect. It's a physical effect. Perfect. This Kinsalo has taken to his hawk form and dashed to get into the fray a little, trying to flank a little bit. But that'll do it for his turn. Noticeably, when Kinsalo polymorphs, he clinks his new bracers of Tingalad together, and as his form warps, his new form, those bracers merge into his form. Now there's like a mithril sheen to all of the down of his feathers.
Oh my god.
And that is his turn for now. Roulette, it is your turn.
Action to dash down to oops.
Oh, I forgot I had 60 feet of movement earlier.
Action to dash down to here. And I'm gonna bonus action command Alfie go get next to Telperion. And have Alfie dash down to here. And I can't do any bonus action. That's my turn.
Okay, got it. Well, now it will be these 3 creatures. Also, Roulette, as you get there, the final 2 windows detonate.
Not 2.
Forming one new golem.
I see.
Big guys.
Which now gets its own roll to join the fray. 12. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. Let me do this thing. Okay, Roulette had just run down. It was after Roulette's turn.
We're at the top of the order.
Boom. Yes. And now these guys, these 3 golems finally get to join the fray. The first one will rush up to Telperion and make... Well, it's going to first use its dazzling gleam against Telperion, which it will not need to affect, but Alfie as well, as it is a cone effect, this dazzling light. I need a Constitution save from Alfie, please.
Hold on, I just want to confirm. I'm charm, exhausted, poisoned, and it's a con save for Alfie.
Correct.
Oh Jesus! I closed the wrong fucking tab. What is his Constitution? +2. Oh, it's +2 plus proficiency bonus. What is my proficiency? Plus
Nice.
Toby, we need some darkness.
20 plus 5.
Juicy.
Alfie rejects the blinding light of the stained glass creature, and now it will make its 2 attacks at Telperion, the one that it thinks it can injure better.
At advantage.
First attack,
What it would be at advantage.
disadvantage.
We'll
'cause,
neutral then.
Perfect for a neutral attack.
You.
Oh,
Unfortunately, a nat 20.
There, right?
You got to be within 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just too far away. But Telperion, you take
So Pyrian's blinded,
19
and he says,
plus
"Surely my yoga
5.
will protect me."
24 damage from that slash. And a little bit of damage to Alfie as well. 5 damage to Alfie from shards of shrapnel. And then a second attack with advantage on Telperion.
As the sword comes down for the second attack, Alfie glows a little, and a side compartment with a almost mithril-covered leg or appendage shoots out a second time to give another disadvantage.
As a second
That's-
reaction
Oh
from
my
Alfie.
god! Oh my god!
Wow.
Holy fuck!
There we
And that
go.
nat 1, I will say, from the second
Balance.
reaction, the nat 1 just whiffs entirely and almost throws this thing off balance. Just for the hell of it, I'll give it a dex save. It's pretty good at those, but I accidentally rolled Constitution, but we'll apply the dex. Okay, so it doesn't fall over prone, but it was not expecting Alfie to react that quickly to that strike, but it does miss entirely.
Pyrian says,
Um,
"Did something cool happen? I can't tell." Jerry, did you stop
thi-
damage?
This one
Yes.
will rush roulette, and I think this one will too. Oh shit, not that.
Oh, Pyrian doesn't know he's grateful, but like Jacoby knows he is.
They're not quite smart enough to flank, but they will both go toward roulette. They'll use their dazzling light simultaneously, which similarly to how some lightning effects can be used simultaneously, it's only going to happen once, but I'm going to request that save be made with disadvantage.
This is a con save.
Yes, by roulette. Yep.
I need to, I just want to look at something real quick.
I think you're allowed. Yeah, just read the rule. I don't know if it's you have to give yourself advantage beforehand or if it's an after the fact thing.
Oh. Yeah, I'm before I make it, so I will
It's worth it not to be blinded.
inner resolve and just make a straight con save.
Okay. DC is 13. Let's see it.
Oh my god.
13 exactly. The blinding light of these two creatures almost dazes you entirely, but you do push past it and you are not blinded. However, they will have 4 sword attacks coming at you real quick. From the left guy, attack number 1. 17. Nope. From the left guy, attack number 2. 25 will hit for 13 total damage. 12 slashing, 1 piercing from shrapnel. And now the guy on the below, attack number 1. 18, I don't think hits, right?
AC 20.
And attack number 2. You dodge. One of them catches you off guard with you adapting to the blinding, but you see in time to dodge the second attackers completely. That is it for their turns. These things seem void of any emotion or anger or disposition. They are just bound to a function, you would think. Telperion, it is your turn.
So, blinded. I obviously know there's a creature here, but like, what's even left to my senses? Like, I guess I can sense around.
Oh, wait, how long is he blinded for?
Oh, I assumed it. I didn't have my turn yet.
Yeah, he continues to be blinded for now.
I know. Do I know Alfie's next to me?
Yeah, you can hear Alfie next to you. You can hear the creature in front of you. You could hear Jiri destroy the creature next to you. So you have sensory awareness of where to attack things. It's just not going to be with.
I want to move, and I would love to try to get into flanking with Alfie, but like I won't know approximately. Can I just do like a wisdom check or some kind of check to see if I could like get a good flank with it? What do you think?
Sure. You
Does that
could
seem
give
fair?
me a general. Yeah, give me. I think I do want it with disadvantage, though. I would say it's a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well, 6, or sorry, 9, 10, 12.
I think in this case, and that did not beat the DC of the blinded condition effect. So I would say you get to this spot and you feel like, oh, I'm probably in a good position to strike.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll once. So I roll with disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay. So I'll just roll with disadvantage at this thing. I rolled a 4, so 4 plus 9 is 13.
13 does not quite hit this creature. You hear like a clink of glass. You've impacted it, but it not enough to injure it or break the object.
I say all of my abilities require sight, and I swing a second time at it. 8 plus 9 is 17. Right. I have to learn
17. 17 does hit.
All right, excellent. And I say, did I hit it? It felt like I did. I'll roll some d6s. And I'll re-roll that too. Oh my god, I rolled 2 4s!
Hey.
I love gambling. I rolled a 1. Okay. Wait, I don't get to re-roll the second one, right? Or I do. For my ability.
You do not get to. I don't think Great Weapon Fighting applies to the re-rolled extra damage.
It's not re-rolled, but it's an extra die, so I'm not re-rolling the extra die though.
Correct, I think.
You rolled a pair.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 damage, and I'll psionic strike this one too. I'm sorry, that can't be right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 damage, and I'm going to add a psionic strike.
Okay.
4, so 19, so 22 damage.
Perfect.
Strength save, please.
Okay. Oh, yes, it will try and make that.
Please.
And it falls to the ground. These things are not particularly strong. They are dexy and elusive.
Okay, so with my and I'll do my d6, but I have to hurt 2 things. So 5 damage to Alfie and 5 damage to the thing because of my boots for fire.
Ah, perfect. Got it.
And then I'll just try to I'm just gonna heal myself with my bonus action since I can't really see anybody.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Got it. Perfect. Now it is this guy's turn, who it's the first time he's moving, but he is going to rush out and try and Kinsalo's a little bit in the air, but this guy is very tall and can reach. So he'll effectively be like a little bit under Kinsalo, reaching up to try and attack him in the sky. But with a bonus action blind first, using his dazzling light. I need Kinsalo in hawk form to make a con save.
Hell yeah.
Which he does. He averts his eyes, and this thing does not get advantage, but he will attack twice.
And at the end of my turn, I didn't get any con save or anything.
Oh, you absolutely do. Thank you. You do get another con save to try and push past the blindness.
Sweet.
Okay, attack 1 at Kinsalo.
Did you roll a 1?
You rolled
Nope.
19 onto a nat 1.
And attack number 2 at Kinsalo. Both miss. Just because I did it for the other guy, I'll do it to this guy. Give me Dex. Yeah, he does not fall prone, but he does miss with Kinsalo avoiding the light and batting his wings to get out of the way of both sword strikes. That is it for that guy. It is Rome's turn, and I know you've disappeared from the initiative, but that's just because I turned you invisible. But it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to move right here. Actually, maybe more like this. Because I want to be within.
Toby Rama hanging on.
Yeah, I want to be within 10 feet of these guys. It's actually probably just one back. Sorry, Toby. Toby wants to move. There we go. Right here. Okay, and then I am going to multi-attack. I can't attack the same target, so I'm going to be going for, we'll say this guy first, and then
with advantage because it's prone.
Second.
Yes, you do get advantage on this guy because he is prone right now.
Okay, I'm going to bite attack him.
Okay.
So it's plus 10 to hit.
Does bite specifically have a 10-foot range?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're T-Rex too. I was having ape in my mind. Perfect.
Like
bite attack advantage. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll it. Okay, so D20. D20.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah. Okay,
Cancel.
so what is that?
So if your bite says like 3d10 plus 4, this is now 6d10 plus 4. You're doubling the amount of dice you're rolling, but then
Okay,
just
so
adding the normal modifier.
12 plus 7.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
All right, hold on. I'm going to
Amazing.
the advanced
Beneath-
one.
Beneath the verdant green T-Rex, a tiny little robot is shivering. Terrified.
You hear just the clinking of stained glass.
Okay. 8d12 plus 7.
8d12.
What the fuck?
74
Oh
on
my
this guy is immediately virtually turned to dust.
I eat him. I consume him.
like
You
sand
eat and
pouring out of your mouth.
consume, and as it starts to work its way through your, I think, not fully contained form, it just probably starts raining dust out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Multicolored sand.
Oh my god.
sand.
Okay, now I'm going for the other guy.
Okay.
I'm going to tail whip him.
Okay.
To another plus 10 to hit.
You do not have advantage on this guy, but go ahead and roll.
Oh shit. God damn it. Well,
In no world is she flanking with Roulette?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yes, she is. She's directly across from him. So yeah, that is flanking technically.
so does that mean I get to roll again?
You get to roll one more time. It's at advantage.
Hell yeah.
Good positioning.
Right.
6 plus
6 plus 10, 16.
just wait. No, that does hit.
Oh my god.
The T-Rex has a plus 10.
Yeah. Plus 10 to
Holy
hit.
shit.
Okay,
Holy
so
fuck.
8d8 plus 7.
I feel like something else cool is happening again, but can someone describe it?
Alperion, Rome's a giant. I don't know what she is. It's crazy.
19
ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo.
damage.
Sorry, just a thing. 19 damage. Okay. You smash it. Wait, is that bludgeoning?
Yeah, it's
Well,
bludgeoning.
that does double damage. So you smash it with your tail. Oh, I'm sorry. It does normal damage because it's not magical. So it is 19, but you still swipe it with your tail, and you do see a spray of shrapnel go off in the direction. So you definitely injure it pretty significantly.
Excellent. That is all.
Great turn. All right. It was this guy's initiative count, and now that it is his turn again, you see the bits and shards of stained glass from his form start magnetizing back in the direction they came, and they all fly into the window and knit back together and reform those two windows he came from, and they are now whole once more. Now, Toby Rama, it is your turn.
Okay. I take the final bit to get fully on top of the T-Rex, which I guess I'll say is the bear. I don't know if...
Yeah, if it's a huge beast, it's probably 15 feet tall, so it probably takes 5 more of your movement to get toward the top of it.
I want to do that. So I'm just gonna put myself on her head, and I'm gonna shoot a bonus action. I want to do that. Yes, I'm gonna cast Healing Word. Let's do.
For no other reason, I just want to show it again because it's cool.
Dude, that's incredible.
That is awesome. I'm gonna do a 3rd level Healing Word on Telperion, which will give you rolling the dice. There we go. 15 healing to you, Telperion.
Nice, nice. And I think you get some temps, Toby. Is that right?
Yes. If the temps I currently have are higher than that, do what I have right now stay?
Oh, It doesn't. The higher one rules. Do you have temps
I did
already from
false
something?
I did false life before we.
I don't think I realized that.
To make you, Toby.
That's that. And I will then fire a arrow from my bow at this
baby
guy here.
In general, that would be good positioning, but because these guys are tall, you're only at a 5-foot elevation, so you're not going to get advantage, but still very cool. I love the way you positioned him literally on top of the wild shape. Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
All right.
Are you expending a charge or anything?
As I see the arrow flying true, I will spend a charge.
You do need to you do need to spend the charge before you loose the arrow. I'll let this one slide because you said it pretty quickly, and it's a brand new thing. But in general,
you cause your current attack roll.
Right before that, it says when you loose an arrow, you have to choose to expend it. Just as a future reference.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't get to see the result of the hit. That's the risk that is part of the charge. However, this time it works. So 21 definitely hits, and it does. Lirniala does expend its autumn hair charge to guarantee a critical hit in this sense.
So I'll roll 2d6 and 2d8. Oh, how did you do that?
Ignore that.
Okay.
We can all click it.
2d6. 2d8 for plus 6 gets me 18 damage on that attack.
To this guy?
To this guy.
Beautiful. 18 damage. This guy looks, you see that arrow strike into its chest plate and it just like fractures and starts to spread. You can see these guys are heavily, that one is heavily wounded. Perfect. That it for Toby?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Jiri's turn.
All right. Jiri takes his hands and claps them together. Yeah. Does his alligator thunderclap. And I'm gonna target it like so. It's just hitting these two.
Okay, is that where you're gonna reappear? Oh, you're doing shatter. My bad. Yeah. I thought you were doing your thunder step thingy. Perfect. Yeah, you can absolutely position it so it just hits those two guys. They are inorganic material, so I think they have to make their save with disadvantage.
Is that how it works? A creature made disadvantage on the saving throw, and it is a Constitution saving throw.
Disadvantage. This is the guy on the left.
Nice.
Fail. This is the guy on the right. And another fail. How much thunder damage do you think they should take?
5d8.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
26.
This guy is absolutely obliterated. Your thunderous magic type being these guys are very vulnerable to that. And this guy is reduced to very fractured and fragmented state of being, still alive. However, although it was way more impactful magic, thunder damage specifically exudes shrapnel from these guys. So I need Roulette to make a dex saving throw.
Oh my god, Ghost's eyes are terrifying.
You do succeed and only take half of 6d4 that I have to roll a 4d4 and then a 2d4, but 16, so a total of, I didn't mean to roll, thank god it rolled the same twice. 16 half to 8, you take 8 piercing damage as shrapnel juts into you, Roulette.
Beautiful.
But this one is absolutely destroyed with that thunder, and this one is reduced to standing on its last legs, so to speak.
Whoops, sorry, Roulette, my bad.
You're good.
That it for Jerry?
No, and then I run over 40 feet to this guy, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to punch him with my cloud fists.
Oh, beautiful. You've got the movement to do that. Go for it. Unfortunately, neither of those hit. It is able to, its fractured state is like less consolidated, and it's harder to actually impact the kind of magically suspended tethers of magical shards. So unfortunately, those do miss. And also, I don't know if you marked this, but when this guy died, you probably would have got some healing, but I don't know if you.
Yeah, I didn't take any damage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll just say, Temperion, you're missing so much crazy stuff. I wish you could see right now.
I'm not listening to anything you're saying. You specifically. Does anyone else have advice on what's happening right now?
I just
Anyone
Perfect. Kinsalo chirps up by saying, and he will now soar down and try and make two claw or a beak and a talon attack against this guy. Also, at the beginning of Kinsalo's turn, you notice that the sheen, the mithril colored sheen on his wings, you see a pulse of that all radiates into his core and kind of illuminates part of his chest, and he gains some temporary hit points.
Hot.
Not an outrageous number, but he gains 4 temp hit points. And then makes his attacks. Beak and talons. His beak does not hurt, but the talons he readjusts and does 13 non-magical slashing damage, which is reduced. And then he's going to risk the attack of opportunity to sail further out of this guy's reach into the sky. So that guy will get a swipe. And does impact, although some of the temporary hit points absorb that pretty nicely. And Kinsalo looks pretty fine for wear in his hawk form and is now out of range of that creature. Roulette, it is your turn.
First swing, guy right in front of me.
But your attack is bludgeoning, right?
12 will not hit.
We're gonna move, and we're gonna swing again with advantage.
Perfect. Yeah, you get a little ahead of yourself on the first one, but then you reposition, and a 24 will do it. This guy's got 10 hit points left, and you're about to do, he's vulnerable to magical bludgeoning, so how do you kill this guy?
14 damage. Straight down, like just windmill swing. Jerry, just like those skeletons. Smash. Were they centaurs? They were centaurs or something.
Centaurs and a minotaur. I think there were 2 centaurs and a minotaur. But yes, similarly susceptible to bludgeoning specifically.
Smash.
Perfect. Second attack, destroying that one.
Bonus action. I'm just gonna move up to here for my movement. Bonus action. Alfie, stick on Telperion. Alfie will ready an action of movement to move wherever Telperion goes.
Very cool.
Should I
Clever. Yeah, clever. Roulette's turn is over. It is this guy's turn. Now all 3 of these guys that had kind of jumped in together all magnetically, almost magically pulled back into their respective windows, knit together those windows with the magical shards completely knitting together as if no damage had been done to the windows. Telperion, it is your turn.
Where should I go?
Over here, Telperion. It's right by me.
Is anyone more reliable gonna tell me where to go?
Start running towards me and just keep going past.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. You start running toward Roulette. You finally get to her. I think she'll take some damage probably.
You run
But
past
so
Jerry with his
will
arms
this guy.
out, like ready for a hug.
Take 6 fire damage. It takes 6 fire damage too, though.
I take 3 fire damage because I am resistant to fire, and I forgot about that earlier.
Also, for the first time, you notice this thing is also resistant to fire, as it is a ceramic being. Previously, the fire damage wasn't enough to reveal that reduction in damage, but it takes a little.
I'm gonna swing with disadvantage if I'm close enough.
Correct. Yes.
Oh my god, it's really good. I hit 15 plus 9, 24.
Yep. Damn.
Crit. I looked it up. I think I would get to re-roll the additional die if it's a 1 or a 2.
Okay, we can talk about it after.
Yeah.
Stick with this call for now, but nice.
It was my 3rd one in a row. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I rolled a 2, so now it's relevant. I'll just keep the 2 though.
We'll still stick with the same call I made earlier. We can tweak that after if we feel like it.
So that's 10, 11, 12 plus 6 is 18.
Okay.
And it's probably overkill, but I'll psionic strike that too. So 18
okay.
plus another 6 is 24. Strength save, please.
24. Got it. It will make a strength save.
That
It finally succeeds.
All right, so another disadvantaged attack.
Yes.
Oh, I fail. 3 plus 9 is 12.
Yep. Unfortunately, the second one goes wide. Though the first one, you heard a satisfying shatter of glass, so you know you did some good damage.
Roulette, thank you for your help in getting here. Can always rely on you, a true friend. And then I have a bonus action.
I'm patting out flames on my.
I have no idea that I lit you on fire either.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I will use a bonus action to regain a psionic die, and I'll pass my turn.
Bonus action regain, end your turn. Got
Actually, you know what? I'll just action surge and do 2 more attacks with disadvantage.
Okay.
If it
Go
doesn't
for it.
matter, just to burn it. 8 plus 9 is 17.
That will hit.
Right. It is. Yeah. I'm adding new numbers. Oh, I rolled too many dice. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 damage.
15 total on that one. Okay.
Yeah. Last one. That one. Pass.
Okay. You have successfully cut into it satisfyingly, and it is very fractured and injured. It's not looking great. But as your turn completes, it will look back at your direction, seeing it kind of being approached by multiple sources. And this guy did do a dazzling gleam, but I have to see if he recharges.
Oh, I'm gonna roll this.
He does not recharge.
Roll
So
another
he
nat
is
one.
just for the on the con save.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, he turns around, sees you still looking around blindedly, and is going to mark you as the target rather than the construct or the person out of his range. So he's just going to turn and attack you twice.
Did it die on that last strike?
Wait. Pause.
What
really
would
quick.
be? I'll.
No, he gets a con save. Oh, you did the net.
That was
He
that
did
one?
con save. Also, I thought you were about to do a reaction thing, but I'm like, oh, but you would have had to spend your reaction to do the ready to action. So yeah. So with that, 21. So you ask, did I kill it? Oof! And you're rocked with another sword strike for 9 damage, and Roulette and Alfie also take 2 piercing damage.
Love it.
Ice erupts out of my form, and I use the cape's reaction to hurt it.
Okay. Doesn't specify anything about seeing, correct?
I don't think so. I think it's my team.
It's when you get hit with an attack.
No,
Or I think it's like when someone
Oh.
makes an attack against you, you can use your action to do this thing. I just want to make sure it
Nothing
doesn't say
about
that you
sight.
can see. Okay, we're good. Yep.
11.
And that's Dex on its part.
Yeah.
It does succeed. You did ice.
Yeah, 11 ice damage.
Okay. So 5 ice damage. It is looking pretty bad. And then it takes its second.
So Critter, I have a second reaction with Alfie, so you can use one reaction to ready
Oh,
the thing.
yep. That's
So
100%
this will be
right.
Straight throw, yeah.
Straight roll. Very clever. 16 straight roll does not hit. So it hits you with the first one, and then you just feel a barrage of shards, but it harmlessly just kind of rains against your armor.
I like to think on this one, for the disadvantage, Alfie pulled me a little bit with his little leg to like, yeah, and it like pulled me, and the huge
Perfect.
sword goes right down next to me.
Beautiful. Then it is done with that guy's turn. It is Rome's turn once again.
All right. I am going to move right here, and I am going to bite attack this bro.
Okay. Yep, go for it.
D20 plus 10.
I felt mine too.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, that is going to be for 4d12 plus 7.
There's no world in which this thing survives this attack. There's technically a world. It has 11 hit points. And 40 will do it. How do you destroy
close.
yet another construct?
I consume it. Eat it.
Once again, just biting it. And from your form, moments later, you feel the dust kind of sifting from your form, magnetically shooting back toward the magical window and repairing it as if nothing had happened. And we will go back to some simpler musics.
I cast Disguise Self really quickly, and I make mist comes out of my mouth, and it coats me in it. I'm still look like Jiri, except for I'm like sliced all over the place and like bleeding like crazy, and I like crawl over to Telperion and I like grab him by the leg and like moan to him and be like, Telperion, I've got a few last words left, and I want to speak them to you.
At that moment, I roll a 14 con save.
And push past it.
Oh my god. Ugh. Are you hurt? You're bleeding.
I'm dying, Telperion. These are my last words.
I'm gonna insight him before he starts. I feel like it probably should be a passive insight, but I'll do an active insight roll. Well, I probably fail, but 5 plus nothing, or 5 plus nothing.
Yeah, Jiri's pretty convincing when he wants to be.
Yeah, I feel like you don't even have to roll. I rolled really bad, just a flat 5. Are you really hit? Someone heal him.
I'm in the process of putting my hands on Telperion, and I'll heal you for 8.
Don't heal me. Heal him. He looks like he's dying.
Oh,
I'm dying, Telperion. No, it's okay. Don't waste your magic, Toby. I won't make it. But before I die, Telperion, I have one request.
Bold of you to make a request of me this day, but what?
You gotta forgive me.
Why
I'm
would-
sorry for destroying your cool green sword, even though it's cooler now. Please forgive me.
At this point, I know he's lying, right? Like, no one's acting like
I
they're lying.
made a chuckling sound as
Okay.
I'm still healing you for 8.
Thank you for the heals, by the way. I bend down. I won't forgive you, but I won't cancel the play if you die. How's that?
I mean, or you could just forgive me. I don't know.
Mm.
You gotta always it's a dying man's request. You gotta like follow through with it, with whatever I ask you.
All right, Jerry. I will forgive you in my own time for the sword. How does that suit
All right, Jerry pops back up.
All right, thanks, Telperion.
you? My own time.
Nothing
which
like
is-
some combat to bury the hatchet, right?
Bury the hatchet, yes. My own time, which is to be determined by myself at my leisure.
Perfect. All right, I'm feeling better now. I guess it was Toby's presence. He healed me.
I'm glad you made yourself feel better. Thank you for the heals, Toby.
Do you need any more?
No, I'm at 53 now out of 68. Thank you. I was down to the 20s.
Perfect. Well, peace is once more restored to this chamber. The images of several stained glass fighters now adorn the windows. Absolutely unable to tell that they are animated objects that may have a duration that they are now bound to the windows once more again for. Who knows if they might someday attack again, but you are in control of the surroundings.
As what's Rome? I don't. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Rome's still like running around in dino form. I'm assuming with Toby on her back.
I hopped down to heel Telperion, but if she makes her way back around, I'll hop back up.
Yeah, I like pass by so that you can climb back up.
I'm still so good at climbing right now.
Amazing.
No, seriously, like what is that? That thing's terrifying.
I've never seen anything like it.
I
Neither have I.
I de-transform and like the bones kind of like fall away and like go to dust and just like seep back into the crack that I formed earlier. And I say, they are great Sorens from millions, if not billions of years ago when they roamed this planet.
When they what?
When they what? When they
Roamed.
used?
Never heard of a Soren. We don't have those in Jawland.
Mm.
Well, perfect.
I wonder how they heard.
Everyone's
these.
back to their normal form.
I wonder how they heard those from the outside. They only popped up once we got in here.
Telperion goes up to Jerry. He's like, all right, let me get it off my chest. Ready?
What?
All right, here's the thing. I am sad and mad. I do value you more than a sword, more than many magic swords. That was an elvish blade that I intended to give to my family as a new heirloom, the first I could have contributed. So I will not lie and say this isn't a loss, and I will get over it. But like I said, it will take me a little time, and I require nothing of you but to allow me to be unhappy for a short while.
All right, Telperion. I'll let you be sad, but I'm not gonna let you be sad for too long.
Which I think is a noise Telperion's made at you a lot in the past 24 hours.
Also, don't worry. Next time we find a magical weapon, you can keep it. And I won't. Yeah. Adra said there's probably not going to be enough room for any more swords, so I won't even try it next time.
Well, I also will not let you try anything any longer, so ever again. But good.
Oh, but remember, you've got that really cool javelin. That could be an heirloom for your children for generations to come. You know, what's cooler than a sword than a javelin is, like a lightning javelin. You could be like the lightning clan.
Not everything's about lightning, Jerry.
But it could be.
I do appreciate the gift, so of the javelin. But anyway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start looking for a magic sword and to replace the one I lost. And so Jerry starts looking around.
I do want to go investigate this place before my sister can get her scholars on it. Shall we go check things out?
Perfect.
Now that I can see them.
Well, I will say, as you all start to move throughout this space and investigate it, no investigation rolls are required, as it is similar in state to much of the Alayla ruins here. Things of value have already been taken from whatever exodus the Alayla made. Some of the non-magical items like the rugs, upholstery, things like that have faded or even begun to rot over time and are not in great shape. But some of the flora is still thriving, as well as once you guys go up these stairs, the other rooms in here are various like sitting parlor rooms that might have been, if this was a ballroom that would hosted dances of some kind, it makes sense that there might be sitting rooms for general pleasantry off to the side of them. So there's 4 of those in addition to the 2 entry doors. Windows that you now know, although they let exterior natural light through are animated to defend this location, as well as upstairs there is a stone library with built-in stone shelves that are beautifully ornately carved with filigree etched into them. There's a salon lounge upstairs. There's a dining room and staff kitchen. There are 8 20 by 20 bedroom suites, likely that housed probably guests from what you can ascertain about this type of this structure. Think very Rivendell with kind of the stone, beautiful stonework of the engraved archways and built-in shelves and open air balconies with like old rotted tapestries hanging from those archways. But if those were replaced with more beautiful items, these open air balconies in these rooms are beautiful and protected within the mythals so that cold weather would never cause discomfort, as well as calling it a tower is not correct, but another spiral staircase that goes up to a larger space that is about a 30 by 30 conservatory type space in the penthouse of this location with a 360-degree open balcony and a glasswork dome above it. And again, even without investigation, everything is pretty picked clean. There's cobwebs in a lot of spots. There might be a stray old wooden nightstand here or there, but primarily anything of value is stripped clean. This place would need to be furnished and brought back to life, so to speak, but a beautiful structure that has withstood the test of time in its foundation.
Jury's definitely looking really hard for a magic sword for Telperion, but finds nothing.
You look and look.
Was I maybe I'm misunderstanding. Was Minerva saying this was the location that no one had laid claim to? Was it because it was locked? Or... And that could be a DM clarification, or my players could.
Yep. Yeah, this was the building structure she claimed had been previously unclaimed and was inaccessible to them because it was inaccessible to them.
So Perion's gonna go start picking out a bedroom. Oldest sibling style hunt for a room that he likes. Although there is an older sibling in the group now. I'll go upstairs with Rome though. Well, Rome, it's not down in the fields, but this could be the garden of sorts.
Well, and there's also a courtyard in between here and the tower that is overgrown with wildlife that certainly could be tended to. And not to mention the views from the balconies. But unless you would like to pursue other abodes throughout Athenian or different locations, this space is so far unclaimed. You could ask further about that or whatever you guys want to do next. But this place has been now pretty satisfactorily explored. We only have about 20 minutes left. I feel like we actually didn't get to some of the true downtime I thought we might. But is there any, what do you guys want to do next?
Would you guys be potentially open to me taking an extra room here? I think he said there's 8 rooms, or we found 8 rooms.
What would you do with the second?
I'd like to make a little sort of shrine.
I wonder, were there any like locations that would be better than a bedroom suite to make a shrine in? Like, was there a room that like seemed to?
There are different sitting rooms, and you could do stuff with the small stone library or the salon lounge, or again the sitting rooms off the ballroom that could be made into something else than their intended purpose. But certainly a bedroom could do the same.
Toby, we could grow you a shrine in the garden. Like grow you a shrine space.
I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way, Rome. Would you be able to help construct it, but not have it only be living plants, but also some dead and withered, like a mixture of the two?
Of course, there is a balance between the living and the dead. It's an intricate balance that requires for more life to be produced.
That would be wonderful.
Hardy question. I know Steve had a lot of projects he was excited to get underway. We could just kind of shortcut to some downtime stuff.
Yeah.
Unless there's
We
anything
certainly
in this
can do
moment.
that.
Is there anything in this moment, like while we're here with Minerva at the ruins, that people wanted to do?
Can we make sure these windows aren't going to come alive again? The second after we kill them, Roulette is going to inspect the windows.
Do you need me to dispel the magic in those, Roulette?
Wait, don't do that.
Yeah, what if we could get them to fight for us?
Yeah, because it's something like we aren't the masters or something. And I guess my first question is, who are the masters? And second, how do we become the masters if that's a thing?
Roulette, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'll give you some guidance.
Almost like I've watched a lot of White Collar, so I'm making a weird reference here.
Yeah.
Almost like in a forgery, when someone makes a forgery of a painting and hides like a minute calling card somewhere within the artwork. Roulette, you examine these stained glass windows and you find phrases in different spots in different windows, not the same one on each. Small script that seems to be celestial, very small celestial text that is etched into like a single red shard of stained glass on this one, a green one on this, amber on this one, just minute little, and it's the same script on each one. And you get the sense with your arcane understanding with that investigation that this is likely a command word, so to speak.
I'll have like a piece of chalk or something out, and I will gently underline each individual thing. Toby, I know you read whatever was on the doorway out there. I wonder if you can take a look at this and, I don't know, see what it says. Everyone just get ready just in case it like explodes again. I don't know.
Do you guys think I'm part Alaelor since they love Celestial so much? As I say in passing as I walk over to read them.
It's curious.
Who even knows? Toby, I can shoot lightning out of my mouth.
Perfect. Well, as you read them, you get the sense that the celestial word is breath.
Ooh.
And that functions as the command word for all of these creatures. And as you note, almost like in a deck of playing cards where a jack is shown on one relief and a queen is shown on a different relief, none of them are full-faced individuals on these stained glasses. They're all silhouette side reliefs, and you notice that they're complementary to each other, so that when two windows broke, those two sides kind of almost formed into a being.
Oh.
Should I be saying the command phrase out loud, or should... What do you think, Roulette?
Would I know what a command word is and or does?
Yeah, you've encountered command words even in the shop, and as well as different things you guys might have at your disposal. Command words are generally triggers for magical effects, or a button, so to speak, for engaging with things. They can be used for various things.
I mean, Toby, we didn't say this word on the way in, so maybe say it now. See what happens.
I will say in Celestial Breath and begin to start saying, you have new masters now.
Cool.
All who you see before you.
As you say the word breath, that bit of script glows very brightly in the various spots it's found on the windows, and soon all of the windows are illuminated very brightly, almost blindingly so. A brilliant display of color in here, and you hear a voice echo, "Welcome, master.
Wow.
What command word do you wish?"
I will say in Celestial, Wynds.
Oh my god.
the lights dim, and should you inspect one of the little bits of inscription, it is a different inscription now. On this, again, Wynds on each one of the various placements of these. You have now bound a brand new command word to these defenders of your home, potentially. Should you wish to make this your home. It will require, if we go down this route, furnishing does cost money, upkeep does cost money. Like, it's not free to have a home, but I will make tangible benefits available whenever you guys choose to pursue a true home. The Emerald's Edge was a kind of freebie, but
the word is winds. I don't know if that'll work in common, so I'll try and phonetically say it.
Did you say it in common?
I said it in Celestial.
Okay.
And so
we can all learn one foreign word.
So I'll start saying, so this is how you say it. I think
very doable.
Do I have a word for that? Sather in Celestial.
Cool.
Wow, good job, Toby. For your hard work, I think you deserve the extra bedroom.
I do actually think well, we could do, I don't know, Rome, maybe the plant growth and death stuff in a bedroom.
Toby, why not? The library would be very grand.
I don't know if that would great.
Also, you'll have an extra bedroom as well. I don't need a bedroom here. Like, maybe make it as a guest room in case I want to come visit, but like, I don't need a home here.
No, Gonzalo, you need a room for sure. And Toby gets the extra one. And Toby, if you were to, let's say destroy by accident the extra room, we'll all forgive you right away. Don't worry.
Jerry would have to know what the word forgive means to make that promise, so. Toby, take whatever room you like.
Yeah.
Take the rooms for all
I go and start running around, and I want the most removed, most decrepit looking
our e-boy
bedroom.
No, God boy.
And upon finding it, I'm going to go to a section in the floor, and I'm going to cast Stone Shape. Or if the floor is not stone, then maybe some of the walls.
It is absolutely stone. Most of the construction and foundation of this entire spot is stone.
And I'll take a 5-foot section and do like a circular embossing of Kelemvor iconography.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, cool. It's 6:50. We got 10 minutes in our normal time frame, and which I would like to try and keep us to. More than happy to quickly go through some downtime activities that we don't have to RP through, or we could end here and pick up with that stuff next time. How do you guys feel?
I asked for Let one thing just to have it on her mind before we end. I'm gonna take my fan out and like bring it over to Roulette and be like, Roulette, remember my fan? We got it from Jean Lavore.
I do, yeah.
It's not very magical. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because Jean's locked up. It's not as powerful as it used to be. Or at least I thought it used to be stronger. Is there anything you can do to fix it? Maybe supercharge it, make it super windy?
I'm certain I can try to do that. Yeah, let me
put it on your list.
No, I'll take a look at it. One of the things I'm gonna work on with Alfie is oddly wind related, so I'll see if I can steal any notes from that, and maybe come up with an idea for how I can beef up this thing.
Awesome, thanks for that.
Is this this is the fan that got damaged by Vitria?
Yeah,
it was damaged by Vitria, restored with Ira's help, and that was kind of your first venture into enchanting, Roulette.
That was with that was with the other vial of air elemental essence.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. Which already is going through your mind of to subvert or overcome a previous enchanting's magical connection. You probably need a stronger tier of exotic material like that. And there are mechanics that I have to some degree officialized for what it takes to upgrade an existing mechanical item versus typical craft or enchanting. Slightly altered rules for that.
Interesting.
When you get to it, Roulette, I'll definitely help. I got all the money in the world to spend on it.
Of course.
Because it reminds me of Jean.
Perfect. Well, in order to do downtime activities any justice, I suggest we kind of call things here and pick up. We can pick up fairly quickly with downtime activities. We don't have to RP through them all, or we can as little as or as much as you guys want. But this might be a good place to end as you have cleared out what could become your new abode.
I have one. I'll just do one last one real quick since we're in this exact spot, and then I assume kind of next session we could have been moving back, but since Minerva's here, I want to give Minerva Descending Stone, and out of RP I want to tell her I would love to be able to use something like this with you once I leave. This has a spell in it that allows the other side to communicate, and they can send back and forth once a day. Could you study it and maybe replicate it?
Perhaps. I think I know of this spell well enough. It's just a matter of the time and materials. It depends on how long you're intending to stick around. Yes, I think I could pull that off. I just don't know the timetable as of yet. I'd have to do some research.
Okay, we'll do your research, and sorry, I'm just Mike Jacoby now. Do your research, and then if it even takes a month or two, well, eventually it would be useful.
Very well.
Rome, one last thing. You should grow us a tree house so that Kinsalo and I can like fly and take off from it.
Ooh, with like a landing zone?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. Perhaps we could, when I meet Korak, we can learn about how to create a pathway through this tree that I grow. So we can come back here whenever we want.
I agree.
Amazing. Well, cool. Well, as you guys have this at your disposal, potentially, if you're willing to commit resources and stuff long term, you could keep it bare bones here and keep costs down. But long term, if you guys invest resources into this, I want it to be able to like make checks better, make things, timetables for crafting things, possibly move faster. It can alter that kind of stuff. Because I want it to be a benefit if you invest the resources into it. So we can handle that all in the near future or whenever you guys pursue it. Otherwise, we'll pick up next time with downtime activities. There's a couple of you that I am very ready for and excited about your intended downtime activities. So eager to get to those things, and we'll do them justice next time.
Yeah.
Good stuff.